career. Like, yeah, he had no business doing anything like that.
Gary Oldman, he had Snow White and the Huntsman for that, wasn't he in that? Or no, what was he in?
All right.
He was in that werewolf.
Gary
movie.
Oldman is in everything.
He was in fucking Lost in Space.
It's Matthew
Dracula.
It's Matthew McConaughey,
Keanu Reeves,
Peter Dinklage, Kate Beckinsale, Gary
was a good movie,
Oldman, Tiptoes.
Hey, welcome to Off Topic, episode
Hi.
number 9. We're talking about
Come
movies.
on.
Yeah, Tiptoes. So
Jack's talking about Tiptoe. Wait, Jack, hang on.
sorry.
I'm your host, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
This week
Jack.
we're joined by...
Jack.
Ryan.
Okay.
I wasn't
right.
supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
Well-
Okay, Dante. So the movie,
Was that
it's
Clerks?
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey, and I think he's marrying Kate Beckinsale, and
I do that.
she goes to visit his family, and it turns out his whole family is a bunch of little people, including Gary Oldman, literally acting like on his knees, where they put shoes on the ends of your
Oh,
knees.
they didn't like face him?
They did some of that. But they also did like the Hobbit thing where they shot it in forced perspective and everything. But it might be one of the worst movies ever made.
Was it worse than
sounds
Sandra?
like the worst
I wanna
movie
see
ever.
that.
And like
now.
he made that, and then they've all like what? Oldman's got an Oscar, Matthew McConaughey's got an Oscar. Does Kate Beckinsale have an Oscar? I don't know.
Look, there's some garbage in everybody's closet that's got an Oscar, all right? They all did something they don't want to talk
Except
about.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has not made a bad movie.
You're full shit.
Name one movie Tom Cruise has made a bad movie.
The reason I can't name it is because it was bad.
No, it's because he hasn't made a bad movie.
Bullshit.
Vanilla Sky is Cameron Crowe. That was a remake of a great movie.
Control Room's right. Vanilla Sky's a piece of shit.
I'm not a fan, but...
It's not the
like
worst.
it.
I wouldn't consider it a bad movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's
will
not
agree.
Tiptoes.
I will
Yeah.
agree. There are plenty of Tom Cruise movies that are like, I've never seen one that's like, this is fucking awful. Like Night and Day, pretty
Yeah,
I watched
Night
it.
and Day
I watched
is
it.
I bet if
but
you
it's not
pull
All
up
right, let's
his
look up
IMDb.
Look
you will
up Tom
find-
Cruise and
Risky
okay.
Business.
Risky Business is fucking
great.
fantastic.
Awesome
Don't
movie.
you shut your mouth.
Jack, just this guy looking
Any movie that had Rebecca De Mornay in her prime nude.
Okay, you could say Oblivion is
I never saw it.
It was
No one
okay. It was
asked.
the guy who did Tron, the new Tron. He did that. Edge of Tomorrow is fantastic.
Edge of
Mission
Tomorrow
Impossible-
is great. No,
great
you're
movie.
nuts. It's
Mission
great.
Impossible, Rogue Nation, fantastic movie. Jack Reacher, not bad. Rock of Ages, he was the best part of that movie.
Oh,
not a great movie.
That might be a terrible movie though.
I don't know if I've seen that.
he
What
was
is
the
that?
best part of it.
He
He was great in Tropic Thunder.
Okay, Mission Impossible
He was
Ghost Protocol,
great in
Tropic Thunder.
not as good, but still, it's a good Mission Impossible
Jeremy's
movie.
listening, slitting his
Night and
throat
Day,
right now.
not bad. Valkyrie, okay, Valkyrie might be his worst movie.
Wait, Mission Impossible 2 was a piece of shit.
No, it was okay.
It
was
was a
the
boring
worst
piece of
Mission
shit.
Tropic
Impossible.
Thunder was
Great.
fantastic. Lions for Lambs, I didn't see it, but I'm assuming it was good. It's got
Oh.
it's got Meryl
I'm just
Streep
going
in
to
it,
assume
Robert
that
Redford.
supports
If
my
it's got
point.
Meryl Streep in it, it's
I
not a
didn't
bad
see it. I
movie.
know nothing about
War of
it.
the World's a piece of shit.
War of the World is a piece of shit. That's a Steven Spielberg movie.
still a piece of shit.
Still a piece of shit. That might be his worst one. Last Samurai, not bad. Minority Report.
Last Samurai was
Vanilla's-
good.
Last Samurai was good.
Magnolia's fantastic. I didn't see this. I don't know what Amy Mann is.
Amy Mann's a
How you
musician.
doing,
That's
Ryan?
probably a music video.
doing good.
Yeah.
How about you?
Eyes Wide Shut, Jerry
I think
Maguire,
Jack
Mission
has
Impossible,
a
Interview with the Vampire, The Firm, Few Good Men,
For
Far and
Tom
Away,
Cruise,
Days of Thunder,
Cruise.
Born 4th of
Pros.
July,
Cocktail,
Rain
Rain
Man,
Man.
Color of Money,
They're
Top
still
Gun,
going.
I'll pretend like I didn't
Legend.
hear it.
No,
I
it's
don't
cool.
know what Losing It is.
Losing It
I
is
can't hear
He's probably like a
myself think
background.
over it.
No.
There's-
Losing
there's-
it's like a teen vacation
He's
movie.
literally
The fucking
going through
Outsiders.
the entire
Losing It's a good movie.
The
filmography of Tom
Outsiders,
Cruise.
Risky Business, Taps. I mean, Jesus.
Taps is a great movie.
Well,
Losing
now
It
you're
is
just naming his hits,
Losing It's a
though.
titties
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, is it?
It's like
Is it
Summer
like-
Break.
Oh, okay, so it's
Yeah.
an 80s movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, 83, obviously. And yeah,
What
there's
was
legs
the
on the front
first
cover.
movie Tom Cruise was in?
A movie called Endless
Endless
Love,
yeah.
which is probably something he's just like a background
Sounds like a
character.
turd.
I haven't seen it, but it's probably awesome.
But his
plays
first
Billy.
real movie was Taps.
Taps is
which
a great
was
movie.
fantastic.
was it
Fantastic
when he's the
movie.
I
bartender?
would argue this list,
That's Cocktail.
there is no stinkers in this list. There,
We covered several of them that were like, well, that's a
War-
stinker.
War of the Worlds.
Like Rock of
I
Ages.
think War of the Worlds is a piece of shit, but it's still a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Jack's right. It's
Yeah.
not like it's not.
It's
does
it's,
that
it's,
mean?
It's a piece of shit, but it's got a name on it that
what is-
sounds
what
There's
does
good.
a
that mean?
floor. There's a floor for shit, and then there's shit.
yeah.
Like there's a level of like you can call a Steven Spielberg piece of shit a piece of shit. It's still above. What was that movie?
Tiptoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was not one that he walked
It's
out
still
like,
you're going to
oh,
go into a film with production value and good
Yeah.
acting.
Either
it may not be
way,
a good film.
What
There's a
about
turd on your
what
head.
about Indiana Jones 4?
That's a piece of shit.
That's a piece of shit.
That I think breaks the theory of what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a piece of shit.
Well, that's
piece
George
of shit.
Lucas, man. That's George Lucas has fucked
Hey.
up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's both of them. What do you mean?
He produced it, right? Or Spielberg directed?
Spielberg directed it.
Nice.
There's still moments in that movie that are okay.
There are some moments. I'll give you that.
Wow.
Moments in the grand scheme of the movie. But the movie
When he
is a
hands
piece
him, when
of
he's in the
movie.
quicksand and he hands him the fucking snake.
That's fucking stupid.
That was.
I will say the
That was
motorcycle,
awesome.
the motorcycle chase actually was pretty
Motorcycle
cool.
chase was great.
Like around the campus.
The campus stuff was some of the only good stuff in the movie.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
whole exchange with them in the diner and like that fight scene and all that shit and the chase. But then to be fair, in a very unlike Indiana Jones fashion, in that chase, Indiana Jones literally says, "Someone's gonna get hurt." It's like, really?
Yeah.
Well, he's he's
That's the idea,
aging. He's
he's the
starting
old
to think
man.
about.
God damn, Steven Spielberg
Do
made
you
a
think,
lot
do you
of
think
stuff.
Indiana Jones, like old man Indiana Jones, would watch the first one and be like, "Oh no"?
Oh, that's
When he
so
just starts
safe.
shooting people in the face. He's just like, "Don't worry about it." They killed the monkey in the first one, not in the fourth one though. The monkey, the like one monkey goes off the cliff, but then you just see it catch a branch right at the
Oh, does it?
CGI
Yeah.
monkey.
It saves
It's
it.
still, it's like, it's okay. The monkey's safe.
I would-
Poisoned one in the first one.
I would kill for a fully.
You'd kill a monkey?
I would kill for a fully practical.
Kill a monkey with a hammer.
Indiana Jones movie, like all practical effects, no CGI bullshit. Just actually like, go old school. Go. You know.
It'd be the perfect
Raiders of
movie.
the Lost Ark.
I'm sure a lot of people probably wouldn't want it, but I mean, sure as shit. Please God, don't let Harrison Ford get anywhere near it. He's just too old. But
Yeah.
like, that'd be a good movie for a reboot if they actually made a good one.
That's what they're talking about now. They're talking
Yeah.
about bringing in like someone like Chris Pratt to play a young Indiana Jones, which I would love to see. I think it'd be cool.
Chris Pratt.
That guy's on fire.
Pretty good.
He's hot right now.
He's a little big for Indiana Jones.
That's what I'm thinking too. He's
He's a little too muscular. Like,
Who would be a good? I think Chris Pratt is a great actor. I don't know that he's Indiana Jones. Who?
he's not yet.
He's not. Who's a good Indiana Jones replacement?
I don't know. I mean, I think Shia LaBeouf did a pretty good job in the
He
piece
was-
of shit
he
that
was the best part
Kingdom
of that
the Crystal
movie.
Skull.
Like-
he just had no plot.
Yeah.
He was just there.
I'm gonna
But he's crazy now.
I'm gonna express
obviously.
an unpopular opinion and
Go
say
for
that I am entertained by everything he does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can buy that.
I
mean,
he's a great actor.
I mean, I
Every
think he's
movie he's
good.
been in is awesome.
I think he's good. I mean, like, you
Well,
can say
I
what you
haven't seen
want about
Transformers.
Transformers
I haven't
and
seen it,
stuff,
but-
but I mean, that's Transformers.
You see
They
the
just beat
you
it
see
into
the Mark
ground.
Wahlberg Transformers?
It was so long.
The best part of that movie is
when it ended.
Well, no, it's T.J. Miller. T.J. Miller
Oh,
is
yeah.
hilarious. Great. I was like, oh shit, T.J.
Yeah,
Miller's
got
in
rid of
this
him
one.
as soon as possible.
Kill him off in like 10 minutes.
Well, now
it's
I
like,
don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
trust me, you're not
It's
gonna watch
fine.
it anyway.
I wasn't.
But it's like, oh, it's T.J. Miller. Okay, I will enjoy this.
Kind of an odd death, too. I was
Yeah,
like,
he just gets
that
frozen
was
and
dark. I
explodes.
was like,
And
didn't
it's
expect that to happen.
So anyway, you're not missing anything by
that-
knowing he's gonna die.
That movie would just proved you could absolutely get bored by buildings falling over and blowing up. And
I felt
just,
that
like,
way in the first one.
bridge, dude. Strap in for the fourth one, especially shit. What
Put that
the
on the
hell?
poster.
What the hell did they come up with the element like transformium or something?
Yeah.
That's what it literally is. The
was
thing
some
in
weird-
the movie.
some weird DNA.
And it's like they get the technology of the Transformers, but then as humans they can just control it. So it's like, no, turn this into whatever I want. Look, it's a phone. Now it's a battery. Now it's this. It's like, okay. That was like a huge plot of the movie.
I know you won't believe it, but that goes wrong for them.
It does.
What would
go
you
wrong.
make?
shocking.
What was the first thing you make if you could make something?
I'd probably make like a gun.
Robot vagina.
Yeah, or probably wouldn't be
vagina,
robot.
yeah.
I would
That
make
seems
something
really
I
sharp
could
on the
shoot.
inside.
Something really loud and obnoxious to fuck with Gavin.
Like a
Some-
noise machine?
Some sort of giant speaker
Yeah.
or something that would just amplify your voice several times.
Why would you need that to be a transformer, though?
'Cause you could do whatever you want. You'd be like, you could think of this. You could make it into like a speaker, blast his eardrums out, then immediately turn it into a pencil and shove it up his butt.
I was about to say,
In one fell swoop.
I would make a robot finger that goes invisible. Like it's just that 7 times a day it's programmed to
You
find
so
his
tall.
Well, you
butthole.
just give
Yeah.
it legs, and it just anywhere
Yeah.
it follows him around.
It's
And
like
anytime he
spider
looks like
legs.
he's about to sit.
It's spider legs with a robot finger on the top, and it runs around.
You
trying
know,
to get
you know
under his
someone's
chair.
gonna draw that immediately.
Sweet.
That's, yeah,
And it jumps.
yeah.
Every now and again, it gets him when he's standing.
Stanley Tucci was actually pretty good in that movie too. He was funny. I
Stanley
enjoyed
Tucci's
him.
great.
Who was Stanley Tucci?
He was the scientist who worked for the bad guy.
That
Yeah.
was. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not bad. Have you seen Easy A?
I've seen it. I haven't seen it since it was in
He's
theaters.
fantastic in
with
that,
what's her name?
Yeah, what's her name?
The-
From Mary Jane, or Gwen Stacy or whatever.
Gwen.
You
Yeah.
must
Bryce
know.
Howard.
Emma Stone. Ryan got it.
Bryce Howard was the
Surprising.
other.
Yeah, she was the
original.
Raimi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Gwen Stacy.
Was that 3? Was she in?
3.
Yeah.
Great movie. Fantastic.
Not at all.
Fantastic movie. Not a Spielberg movie.
This is how that Transformers movie was so awful that literally the only thing I remember about it was the moment when they have the big crash and Mark Wahlberg gets out and like chugs a beer in the dude's face to like product shot.
Oh, yeah, it was like Bud.
Yeah.
Think they were doing some hardcore Bud.
Spider-Man 3. I don't know if you were around back then, but we got into
alive?
I mean, I don't know if he was in the company.
Oh, okay.
We got in to see like an early press screening of Spider-Man 3. Like me and Bernie and Gus and Matt. And I don't remember if some other people. It wasn't you. I think probably Nathan or something.
Oh yeah, this podcast sponsored by Movement Watches. There you go.
yeah.
Out there.
And,
they probably put the logo up, and I didn't think about it.
If you could,
it's right in the middle.
If you could buy their watch, all proceeds go towards them saving up for vowels.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They cut out the vowels and they pass the savings on to you.
They're looking.
That's why it's cheaper.
I heard that if they get enough,
watches.
watch sales in 2016, they're going to buy an O.
Well, let's not put vowels in their
What
mouth.
they do with it, we don't know. They're just gonna buy one and have it somewhere.
It's framed.
It's the Office O.
They're gonna make a watch out of it.
We got in to see the fucking Spider-Man 3, and we were all super excited because 2 is so good. And like the reel broke halfway through the movie. and
that
so
was the best thing that happened to you that night.
So we walk out into they kick us out into the lobby for a while, and Gus and I walk out together, and Bernie and Matt are over there doing their hand job thing, and Gus and I'm like, am I crazy? And he's like, no, it's a piece of shit, man. And I'm like, it's really bad, right? And he's like, I can't believe it. And he's like, should we just leave? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really cool that they're letting us see it early, but this is like really bad. Like, we're trying not to make eye contact with anybody from the studio. You know, they don't want to be like, so what do you think? And you're like,
did you watch what I just watched?
I think it's a film. And so we walk over to Bernie and Matt, and Gus is like, so? And they're like, it's awesome, right? And we're like, what movie are you watching? And they're like, you guys are crazy. And we got in this huge fight over whether it was good or not. And then they're like,
intermission of
Bernie and Matt are both like, you guys are idiots. This movie's awesome. You're stupid. And we're like, it's fucking terrible. And then we go back in and we finish the movie. Then we come out and they're like, and I look at them and they go, all right, never mind. All right, I won't talk about it.
Was the intermission?
It was
before
right around
or after
it
the
was right around the
dancing?
collar pop.
The dancing.
I think it was right after the collar pop, or right before
Oh God,
it.
the black slicked over
Yeah,
hair.
dude, he looked hardcore.
Ugh.
That was the word I'd use.
yeah.
Badass.
Super hardcore.
Very
You know what
evil.
always helps a movie is when the studio
Get ya.
meddles with the director. When the studio's like, "Hey, we need to do all these things." That's what makes a good movie.
Do you think the guy from the Key and Peele sketch came in and like helped with that sequel? And he's like, "Here's what we're gonna do."
Vegetable Gremlin, I'm out.
So I just bought a couple of Mondo posters. I collect those, and I bought a few more, and I just bought a 1989 Batman poster, and a Gremlins 2 poster. Gremlins 2, not a great movie, but a super cool poster. The poster's fantastic. But then I bought that, and that reminded you of the Key and Peele sketch, which I hadn't seen
In their
yet.
last season, they did a Gremlins 2 pitch meeting sketch. It was like the funniest thing. If you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie,
You're
it
not
probably
gonna
wouldn't make
get
a lot of
it.
Yeah.
sense.
You're not
But if
gonna
you've
get
seen
it.
Gremlins 2,
Yeah.
it's fucking phenomenal.
If you've seen Gremlins, fantastic horror movie. You know,
Yeah.
I guess it's technically a horror movie.
Absolutely. Holiday movie.
Yeah, holiday,
Yeah.
Christmas murder movie, but it's great. It's a fucking classic 80s movie about, these cute, lovable things, this cute, lovable thing turning into a monster, or breeding monsters, killing people, and it's a horrible nightmare. And then the sequel came out, and they made it goofy as shit. Just
Yeah.
like so over the top,
Like
and
dancing and
wacky,
singing
dancing, singing, talking gremlins, like just, huh?
I saw it in the
Like-
theater. I was telling Michael, I saw it in the theater. I must have been like not 10 maybe or 11. And I left that theater going like, I'm a kid and even I know that.
Yeah. So the basis of the Key and Peele sketch is like they're in the pitch meeting for Gremlins 2, and like a Hollywood, I can't remember exactly
fixer or
but it's like
something.
a sequel master.
yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
I come in, I punch up scripts for the sequels. He comes in and just immediately starts this ridiculous pitch session where he's like, anything you can think of it. And they're like, Spider Gremlin. And he's like,
in the
oh my
movie.
God, I can't believe you came up with that. Nothing's confirmed, but it's definitely in the movie. Next. And he's like, woman Gremlin. He's like, I can't believe it. You said that the second you said vagina, tits, lipstick, it's all in the movie. It's fucking fantastic. And then you get to the end and they're like, none of this is in the movie. And then it just cuts to like a text and it's like, all of this was in the movie.
And it was.
And it was in the movie. I kind of want to watch Gremlins and then Gremlins 2 now because of it.
So bad.
But that's exactly what I
It's
imagine.
bad, but watchable. I mean, it's no Tom Cruise movie.
Oh my God. He brought it around.
Yeah.
He brought it around.
Dick Miller, great in Gremlins. Gremlins 1 and 2. He's the guy who's in this house when the dump truck goes, or the tractor goes through. Dick Miller's an awesome character actor. You've seen him in everything, or in like everything that came out before 1995.
Phoebe Cates also awesome. Not naked in Gremlins though.
Not naked.
But other movies.
Who was the guy who played Billy? Did he do anything other than Gremlins?
Yeah,
don't
he was
know.
in
Was he in
Not much.
Fast Times?
He was in not Fright. Was it Fright Night?
I don't know.
What the hell is Fright Night?
The vampire movie, Fright Night? Let me look him up.
I'm not sure.
So
Fright Night's a great movie.
I like
it's about a vampire who moves in next door to a teenager and he catches on.
They made a remake of that.
They made a remake of it with like
I just like the idea of like
Colin
the
Farrell
pitch
or-
session for that pitch session show on Key and Peele. Like it was like, okay,
yeah.
we have an idea. I want to do it's gonna be a writer's room about Gremlins 2. Like, what the,
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
in
well, you know what happened? Like
2015.
Key and Peele are like hanging out on a Friday night smoking pot, and Gremlins 2 comes
What?
on. And they're
Yeah.
like, let's watch this, and they're like,
I mean, that's an easy.
and they're like,
what the fuck?
how did this happen?
Yeah.
And they're like, what's the pitch meeting like? And they're like, oh, it's a skit.
But the crazy thing is, that was just all it was a boardroom with one long table and
Yeah,
8
and
people
a
around.
bunch of extras.
And it was
And a
awesome.
tremendous
It
performance
was
by Peele.
hilarious.
Yeah.
He
Man,
some of
those
his
guys are
dialogue,
good.
the dialogue that he delivered.
I mean,
was
it's
fucking awesome.
like 90% Peele is the whole sketch.
Yeah.
It's
Have you seen
just
the-
him freaking out.
Have you seen the trailer for Keanu, the movie
Yes.
they're working
Yeah.
on?
yeah, I've seen the trailer like 6 times.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Colton's pretty excited about it.
Nice.
Who
Who we got here?
I'm looking for Billy.
Are you looking for Wait, what are you looking at?
Am I looking at Fright Night?
Why did you want? Yeah, what are you looking?
You should probably look for the
No, that's
actor
Gremlins.
to see
Gremlins.
who's
That's
in the
okay.
movie.
The fact that he isn't the top billed person on the movie that
I
he,
forgot
there he is.
Corey Feldman was
Zach
in it.
Gallagher.
You know who is the top billed movie in Gremlins? The dead dad in the chimney.
Oh yeah,
That's
a
dark.
Sad, it's a
The dead
weird,
dad that's
sad
chimney.
story.
That's part of the story. Is like that Phoebe
been so
Cates.
long. I
Phoebe,
forgot.
That's why she doesn't
Cates,
like Christmas.
She hates Christmas because her father dressed up as
Right.
Santa
Awful memory.
when she was young and tried to come down the chimney, got stuck, and died in the chimney.
Yeah.
That's a serious plot line in the movie.
That's
Christmas.
great. Yay, Christmas.
In the 80s, though.
He was in-
that also movie was probably rated like G.
No, it was PG-13. It was
Yeah.
one of the first PG-13 movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
out there.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Billy was in Love
Billy's in a
Boat: The
trail.
Next Wave.
Oh boy, so no, he didn't do shit.
Using Ice,
Cyborg 3.
Extreme,
Cyborg
Stupid, all
3,
tied up.
wow.
Warlock. He was in
To be fair-
Warlock and
Hellraiser
He was in
3.
Hellraiser 3.
To be fair,
Justin McCripp.
you go back to
Melrose
those
Place.
Tom Cruise movies, maybe not so much stinkers. He wasn't in like
Mortal
the
Passions.
Footing.
That's
That's
6.
true. He wasn't.
So he was not in Fright
I don't
Or
think he
Garden
was.
State.
Waxwork.
Fuck Garden
He seems like he would fit into like that John Hughes group of people, but he really wasn't.
No.
He was like kind of the knockoff.
Whoa,
the
he was
Skeet
in a movie
Ulrich.
called Zandalee
Ski.
that looks like that. Ooh, we should see this.
Hey, should we talk about
It's
the
a
thing?
Nick
Should we talk
Cage
about the
movie
thing you
with
announced
that's
in?
the
Oh yeah. You
accidentally
should
announced
mention.
it, and then-
Yeah, you should talk about the
Let's
thing
Watch.
you announced in
You
Australia.
Sort of mentioned
To
You
explain a
didn't
little
go
bit more
into
what we're going to be
detail.
doing. Or you can keep looking at Zandalee. That's cool.
I was Nick Cage with a goatee. I was.
I know. I was as captivated as you were, Jeff. He's a very
Yeah, so
he's hypnotizing.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
a serpent. when I see
90s Nick Cage too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Before he'd given up on
I
life.
mean, he was actually
man.
he was actually like I wouldn't be sarcastic if we were talking about 90s Nick Cage. Not so much.
That was
after
a powerhouse back
Yeah,
then.
yeah, not so much after that.
That was castle buying Nick Cage.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. He was buying up some castles.
that was
Real good.
a young Coppola Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you explain the thing that you announced?
Oh yeah, I guess I announced it at PAX. Not
Nope.
PAX.
RTX.
RTX,
That's
Australia.
That's the other guy.
No one.
Yeah.
We
We were
were
there.
there earlier this week.
I guess I'm going to.
Yeah, we were.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm going to PAX tomorrow.
Yeah, you
I'm going
are.
to go to 2 conventions in 2 weeks.
Found out today.
on multiple continents.
Nice.
Anyway,
Is it? Yeah. So what I announced on RTX Australia is a new show that Achievement Hunter is doing called Let's Watch.
Which is the name of
Jeff,
an old
we
show.
already
Strikingly
do that.
similar. You might recognize the name as a show we've been doing for years, but it has a new connotation, and the name might change. But we're doing a test run of five of these episodes, and what it's going to be tentatively on the last Sunday of each month, ideally starting in February. So the last Sunday in February.
There's a lot of caveats.
guaranteed,
So
it's
we're-
happening.
A lot of
So,
caveats.
we're a month away.
We're doing a tech test on Monday or Tuesday or Thursday. We're doing a tech test on
Days, man. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. It's
Thursday, I think.
we're gonna hit it
doing a
one
tech
of
test.
those days.
3 of those 5 days. It's one of those 3, somewhere
Trying
in
to-
there.
This thing's got to last 2 hours. I'm trying to draw this out as long
Yeah,
as
you're
possible.
doing a great job.
Okay.
We'll go back to Transformers. in a
We
second.
are doing a show called Let's Watch. That is, I would say, akin to Mystery Science Theater, but unique in its own way. And what it'll be is every Sunday night, once a month, not every Sunday night, one Sunday night a month, we've licensed a bunch of like awesome B movies. I don't want
Yeah.
to say terrible movies, because they're beautiful in their own right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Crazy, wacky.
We were
movies.
excited about a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the best part about this process. I talked recently about how like there was a lot of stuff in 2015 that was going on behind the scenes, a lot of foundation work that was being done that the audience would see in 2016. Well, this is just one of those things. But since last September, Matt Hullum and I have been going through the process of licensing a bunch of movies. And the process of doing that, we've gone through like 3 or 4 different movie houses. It's been very difficult to get global rights. It's very difficult to get global rights.
So that way
Internet's
everyone
all
can
over.
see it, not just like not just
that,
the US,
we'd
but
get, most people would be
everyone.
like, yeah, you can have US and Canada, and we don't want to do that to the islands, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, what this is going to be, it's going to sit, it's for sponsors, right? We will watch a movie. We'll all sit on a sofa, like in front of the green screen. Our dumb faces will be superimposed in the front of the film, kind of like Mystery Science Theater, except we'll be looking at you, Let's Play style. And like 3 or 4 of us will sit on a sofa and watch a movie and comment over it. Kind of like Mystery Science Theater, but we'll have a remote control so we can like rewind and pause and make you watch the same
Right.
scene over
They
and over
also
again.
watch it several times and come up with really funny jokes.
Yeah.
The way it works
They have
in Mystery
writers,
Science
Right,
Theater
they're very
team,
clever.
is they
We're
have
just gonna throw shit at the
they'll
wall.
watch a movie 6 to 10 times,
Yeah.
and they have a script, and most of their work is done ADR.
Jack.
This will not be that. This will be like a Let's Play.
Yeah.
Because we're not good at preparing.
No.
Or writing.
No.
We don't
I
write
don't
so-
know
we
how
don't
to
write
do
so good.
right. Yeah.
So it'll be like a Let's Play style, but with us watching a movie.
I mean, it will be a movie.
That's some air
movies.
quotes, yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about a couple of movies that were.
I don't want to spill the movies yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you mentioned a few or 2 of them.
If I did, then we
Okay.
can talk about those. Did we?
All right.
You know,
I-
you may or not.
I
you
think
may
you
or may
did,
not.
but I won't.
So
say
I will
it,
say that
so.
we've licensed 5 movies as a test. So ideally, February, March, April, May, June, we'll do this. And if it goes well, we'll continue doing it. I think it will. And it'll be a sponsor-only thing. Though we'll cut like trailers and stuff to put up on like YouTube for the public so they can see what they're missing out on. And it should be very, very fun. We can make drinking games and we can do like whatever, and it should be a raucous good time.
Importantly, like you said, we will have the remote, so there
Yeah.
will be many pausing.
We'll have
and stopping and rewinding, and I'm sure sometimes we'll accidentally stop the DVD because I'm sure
We-
that'll happen.
it could
or
take,
whatever.
if it's anything like my living room
And it will be.
with my wife
Yup.
and my daughter,
Yup.
a 90-minute movie could take 6 hours.
That's endless. Endless. I don't know how many times we've come over to watch 2 episodes of iZombie and left 5 hours later, and we say, "Hey, at least we got one.
we got one out of
Let's
the way.
watch one."
It's like
Every fucking time.
It's like you gotta pause every 3 or 4 minutes to have like a 45-minute discussion
Right.
about what you just watched.
The part that usually makes me feel bad about it is because normally that's annoying, but everybody there is in on it. Everyone there is fine, except for Millie. She is just like, "Can we watch the show, please?"
I've got a
I
bedtime.
know. You're like, "Millie, gotta go to bed," and she's like, "We haven't gotten through the first act yet."
She does. She's not patient. I get it.
Well, she's not patient to take 2 hours to watch a 40-minute program. The girl's gotta learn.
She got school in the morning, dude.
the amount of times that we sit down to watch like an episode of Always Sunny, just Griffin and I, and we'll sit down and I'll hit play, and I'll turn around and she's like in another room. I can just hear shit banging. And I'm like, "What? Where'd you go? What are you doing?" She's like, "I'll be right back. Just pause it." It's like,
yep. It's too much power. We were talking about, I just watched, because we were in Australia, and I missed the last 2 episodes of Sunny, and I just watched episode 3 of the season, The Gang Hits the Slopes. And exactly that. It was last night, and it was like 10, 11 o'clock. I got home, and I was like cleaning up stuff in the kitchen. I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. I'll watch." That was so Sunny. I hit play. I'm watching, and I'm like, "This is fucking awesome." Wait, what's going on in this episode? Oh, I'll rewind. I just watched the whole episode all over again. Like, I watched the first 2 minutes, and then I was 12 minutes into it was halfway over.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what the hell was happening, because I just started, like, washing a dish or something.
I've seen that episode 2 times now, and I will say it's better the second time.
Yeah?
I thought. Not watch it 20 times good, but it's good. It was worth watching.
It's enjoyable.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's
an
enjoyable.
80s ski movie, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
Hot Dog or something.
It's-
or
It's like Hot
Ski
Dog.
School.
It's a great, like, this is awesome. I get the joke. The production value is awesome.
Super clever.
But it's all, like, a lot of it is setups. So
Okay.
after you've seen it, it's not going to be an episode to rewatch over and over and over. Because it's not, like, joke after joke after joke. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of, like, oh, this is funny. Insert the 80s music, you know,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Frank being the villain trying to take over the ski resort.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I just saw one note. I saw somebody, I think they tweeted at me or something, and they were like, "I'm really glad I have my either my desktop background or my phone background as Sunny, because every time I see it, I'm reminded I have to watch the episode before Michael and Jeff spoil it." So I'm like,
Yeah, you're
that's-
behind. I watched.
I
You
know.
watched The Gang Hits the Slopes last
I
night.
know.
I watched the latest
Yeah.
episode, Sweet the
Yeah.
Made a Smut film.
Yeah, that's already spoiled for me. I already know that much.
Well, it's just the title.
No, I know. The title's good though. It's a good review.
I almost did spoil. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Don't.
Such a great show.
Don't
It's
spoil
not
it.
a great episode.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Season 2 so
I think it
far,
might get. I think it might get better.
Episode 2 so far is the best this season.
Easily,
Frank falls out
easily.
the window. It's pretty.
Interestingly enough, I was reading.
fell
the,
out your window.
I was reading the. I've never fallen out of.
I jumped
about
out a
that.
window once, head first.
Why'd you do that?
How high?
Maybe like 10 feet.
Wow.
Something
so,
like
so
that.
it was the second floor?
No, it was first floor, but it was like up a flight of stairs. It was Jersey, and there was like a basement, so it's like a slightly higher first floor.
Oh, okay.
Long story short, my friend was playing StarCraft. He played the shit out of it all the time, and it was like a 2-hour game.
Not where I thought that story
Yeah.
was going to start.
Yeah, it's true. So I was over at his house, and his bedroom like faced the front of his bedroom faced the street, and then he had a side window. And it's funny because my oldest brother, was home from college, so he was like 20 and I'm like maybe 11, and he said he was sitting on the front porch of my house, just like sitting outside, and he's looking at the house, and all of a sudden I go, and I just come out the window and hit the ground. But I was just to be an asshole because I was such a piece of shit. He's like 2 hours in the middle of the game. I'm looking. I literally just turned his fucking computer off, ran, jumped off the bed, and went out his window. And he was like, no! Like he grabbed for me as I went out the window. And it was like, I'll just jump out the window. In my head, as I'm going out, I was like, oh my God, that's low. And then, like, I just went out.
That's like the shittiest superhero ever.
Yeah. It was
It's
full,
asshole man.
It was like full horizontal. I pulled a Caleb. You know, if there was like a frisbee, I would have caught it. I would have caught it.
In the air.
Funny enough, 10 feet didn't break any bones or anything. But,
It's impossible.
You're running around, in the grass, and I shattered my spine.
Yeah. Kids are durable, man. I fell out of a
Yeah,
treehouse.
I just kept rolling, man.
I fell out of a treehouse. I was about 15 feet off the ground and just landed just flat
I
on
did
my
the exact
stomach.
same thing.
And I got up and dusted myself off. My dad came. I was like in front of my dad's shop. He came out like thinking, "Oh my God, my son just died." I literally got up and like, and I was done. I went and I climbed back up the tree.
I had a treehouse in my backyard, and the front of it had like a rope ladder, that you could climb, but it would like swing, but it was kind of attached to the ground, so it wasn't crazy. But we had this old pole in our backyard, which I didn't remember what the hell it was for. It was like there forever, and I was like, oh, we could use this as like a sliding. Like my father built it around the pole, so it was like a firehouse. The pole's in the middle of the treehouse, so you could slide down the pole. You could climb up the ladder. So I'm in the treehouse with my cousin, and I'm just like I'm like talking to him as I'm walking around. I just like walked backwards and just fell right through the fucking hole. Fell straight onto my back, and it was just like dirt at the bottom.
Yeah.
Hit my back. My mother called the hospital, and I think it was like 8 feet. It was like an 8-foot drop. She told them 18 feet. And they were like about to send the fucking helicopter, come pick me up. I had to like go to the hospital, all that bullshit, ambulance, everything. Literally, it was like hours because it wasn't like crazy life-threatening. I went in there, I sat in the waiting room. They had a neck brace on me because I fell, and they're like, "Don't move until the doctor sees you." By the time the doctor walked in, I was like ripping it off, like biting into it. The doctor was like, "Yeah, you're fine." And he looked at me for like 2 seconds and left. So I was at the hospital for like 5 hours because I fell out of a tree.
Yeah, the weight was actually diagnostic.
It really was.
It really. See what
he
happened.
walked in and was like, "All right."
Yeah, you haven't exploded yet. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Like, we used to do shit when I was a kid that I don't know how I didn't break more bones. I've only broken, I've hairline fractured this arm right here when I was skateboarding when I was in my 20s, like my early 20s. And then I hairline fractured this wrist when I was snowboarding when I was in 8th grade. And that's the only times I've ever broken anything.
That's
and
what
both
ended Extreme Jack's sports career.
both boarding, like, yeah. So anyway, but it's like we used to jump off trampolines and like slam into the ground and just hit and just like parachute roll where you'd like, oh, let's see how high we get and just jump off, and then jumping over fences, and it's like, how did we not break
Did
something?
a lot of climbing.
Yeah,
as a
hitting
child.
each other with sticks and things, like hitting like tree limbs and like whacking each other.
Yeah, I mean, we grew up in Jersey. There was woods everywhere, dude. Just like shove. We would do this thing, especially in like middle school, high school, because we walked to school a lot, and it was pretty close, like a 20-minute walk or whatever. But there's like shrubbery all over the place. We do a thing where we walk in, somebody just go bush and fucking shove you into the bush. So you would never. You're looking, all of a sudden somebody's like. You're looking where you are, and you're like, oh, fuck, and you immediately just stop, or you run ahead, because your ass is about to be in a bush.
I feel so bad for my parents, because they had to have so many awkward conversations with, like, friends that would stay over at our house. Twice I
About
had
the
issues.
bedwetting?
Yeah. Well, I mean, aside from that, the leaking. No,
night
for one,
terrors.
we decided one time it'd be fun to just throw bats at each other's feet.
Feet?
I'm gonna get your feet.
At each other's feet.
What's your
Well,
toesies?
it's a plural of feet.
Like just feet.
Feet.
Just like
Multiple people's feet.
it's still feet, Ryan.
Yeah. Lego.
Whatever. As
like
you can
baseball
imagine,
bats?
yeah,
Yes.
like
Okay.
I think they were wood, but still.
Okay.
So one person ducked when they should have jumped and lost half of their front tooth.
Oh, he ducked into a
He
thrown
ducked
bat.
into a thrown bat.
Oh my god.
So that was an awkward conversation for my parents to have with said other child's parents.
I got hit in the face with a shovel once.
Oh.
The sharp end of a shovel?
Wait, like the flat end hits you, or like it came at you pointed?
Pointed.
Oh.
My friend and I were digging in there was a pile of dirt behind his house. They were doing some leveling.
Yeah.
We were building like sandcastles, and I got behind him when he went and caught me right here.
Oh,
and it
God.
split me open like all across over here.
Did your brains come out?
No.
How do you not have a scar?
I probably do. You probably see it.
It's in the wrinkles. You can't see it.
It's in the crevice. It's in this portion of the Marianas Trench of my face, and so I was just like covered in blood, and I couldn't see out of my eye, and I thought maybe it missed my eye by like that much, and I went to his mom, and because my mom was at work, so I was a latchkey kid, and I was just fucking crying, and this is the same friend that I told the story about how we were playing on a construction site, and he fell through the rebar, and the rebar pierced him.
Oh.
In the neck. I've told that story on the podcast before. And I had to like help him pick himself up. Yeah, it was gross. It was gross. Anyway, so I'm like covered in blood, and I knocked on his mom's door, and I'm like, and they had like a newborn, and she's like, I can't let you in, I got the baby. And then she shut the door on me. So I just walked home, and I got a towel, and I just stuck it on my head, and I waited for my mom to come home 2 hours later to take me to the hospital to get stitches.
Jesus, that
then my
goddamn Ramsey
mom-
boy's bleeding again.
Yeah, and then my mom went and screamed at that lady, and we were
Took her baby.
I didn't get to hang out. I didn't get to hang out with it. I was supposed to be in the. We were supposed to be in the talent show together. As like we had this like rock and roll thing,
Right.
And I didn't get to be in the talent show with
This
them.
is rock and roll.
My mom burned some bridges.
Burned your house down too.
Yeah, so we moved.
To be fair, it does sound like you and that guy should not be together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gore that happened.
It was a lot of gore.
There was
That man's name, Ted Kaczynski.
There were some kids' mothers in my neighborhood that absolutely would have been like, open the door, livid, screaming, you got blood in my driveway.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up with those kids for sure.
Jesus Christ.
I got the baby.
Yeah.
What would you do? What would you do if Millie walked up to your front door and was just like face covered in blood? How would you react to that? I'm curious. Like,
Probably not well.
would it be sheer panic? Oh my god! And like,
I would. No, I've been there on a couple of occasions when she was younger. In a situation like that, you get incredibly calm and pragmatic, and you take care of the situation. And then you like when everything's fine and she's put to bed with her stitches or whatever. Then you go sit in the closet and cry for like an hour.
so it's kind of like drinking, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was kind of like when Lindsay fucking bashed her face in Australia.
Yeah.
And then like I had to, go to the hospital with her and everything like that. And she was like making jokes and shit along the way. I'm like, fucking shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. She's like going on about filming because we were filming Immersion and this and that. And like the second she had her stitches in and the doctor was out of the room, I was like, all right, now let's film it.
Yeah.
Which is also great too, because now we're realizing like she just got her stitches taken out, and she still has this lump like right on her chin where she bashed it, so she might have like a fucking fractured bone or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not.
Wait, they didn't take an X-ray?
They didn't take an X-ray. No.
My fucking my wife.
$150 must not cover that.
My fucking
And they
wife.
checked her and it looked fine, but he checked her mouth and shit like that. So
So she's going for the Tina Fey look, the scar on the chin.
oh yeah. She's
Okay.
definitely gonna have that.
My wife was. I was talking about. She was in Melbourne at the time. We were in Sydney, and I called her and I'm like, we were just checking in for the day, and I was like, oh man, Lindsay got fucked up today, and she's like, what? And I told her the story. The first thing Griffin said was, did they film it? And I'm like, what? She's like, did they film it at the hospital? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, that's a wasted opportunity if they didn't. And I'm like, I didn't even think to ask. And she's like, well, she like chastised me. She's like, you didn't even think to ask? Shouldn't that be the first thing you ask? And I'm like, I just want to make sure she was okay.
Yeah, our friend is.
She's
bleeding.
like-
That's how we show concern
Yeah.
at this company. We film it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I filmed 2
Griffin's
takes.
like, I broke my finger. I videoed the whole thing at the hospital, getting an X-ray, and I'm like, no, I know, yes, dear.
Well, it's one of those things. Like as soon as like someone gives the thumbs up, as soon as someone's like, okay, yeah, I'm all right, then it's game.
Well, you
But-
see, the problem is she was giving the thumbs up while she was laying on the floor bleeding on the ground.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
you don't know you're fucked up right now, okay? Stop. She had a huge gash on her face and like blood streaming from it. She's like, I'm fine.
She
And
was
then
getting pelted
we're-
by people
we're-
for a while
after the
that
fact.
happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're going to the hospital, and she's like, it's just, I just didn't want to make like, because there was a lot of fans that they were there for extras in the shoot, and she's like, I just didn't want to make it uncomfortable and da da da. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. Make it uncomfortable. You're bleeding from your face.
Take
you
care
know?
of that shit, man.
She's dead now.
Moral of the story:
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
you're bleeding, go to the hospital. So, Dude, have you seen the? Have we talked about the Achievement Hunter Off Topic podcast Swear Jar yet?
I don't think we have.
I sent that to. Did I send?
You sent it. You sent it. I think you sent it to everybody.
We should make an actual swear jar that we can sell, and it's like a play-at-home game.
Yeah.
And people can. We can help people save money.
We can help people go bankrupt.
It's like, do you want to go to Florida this weekend? Okay.
Watch 2 episodes
pouring
of
money
Off
into
Topic.
it.
You will have enough money to
I
buy
look into that.
You
new
said
bicycle.
fuck so many times.
I averaged like 100 and something per episode. Like 100.
No, it's 100. I think it's more than that.
Per episode. It was like
Okay.
130.
Dollars or fucks?
130.
Fucks, yeah.
130.
No, like I think in 8 episodes it's probably over 800.
Let's look it up.
I mean,
Yeah, it's impressive.
our average episode is 2 hours long, so that's 120 minutes. So you're saying fuck more than once a minute.
He uses like punctuation.
Well, I use it as like an,
It's
true.
They call it a Jersey period.
It's like I'm fucking talking to this fucking guy. That's
There's
how it
so
happens.
many jokes to run off. So leave it right there. Yeah, it was funny because I was reading through it and it was like all the stuff, and I was looking through and I was like, okay, like there's like because there's C bombs, F bombs,
I think it was
like
4.
Yeah, it's cunt, shit, fuck, and dick. I think is the last
There
one.
was a 4th
Dick
one
made
in
the
there.
list?
I think so, but it's
Yeah, it
the
was
cheapest.
dick, yeah.
It's like a nickel. And so, and on
Cunt's
there,
the most,
yeah,
like $1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
And I've said it like
I was
4
reading
times
it,
now.
and I was like, and like in the overall totals, I had 2 cunts, and I was like, where did that come from? And I started
you got
going through
3 now.
episode. No, I'm up to 4 now. and I asked in the actual comment, and someone pointed out was when I came on with the fucking Xbox. Yeah, because they didn't put me in the whole episode, because I was only on for like a minute, so they didn't put me on the cast list. And I was like,
Gotcha.
oh shit, that's right. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's right there. So anyway, I'm up to 4 now.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so-
I was looking at that
makes
with
sense.
Jeremy, and there was one episode where he was on. I can't remember. I was like, Jeremy, in this episode, if we had this swear jar, you owe $3. I owe 87. That was literally in the same episode. Somebody said that on the subreddit, which is where it was originally posted.
Yeah.
Somebody made like a graphic, and then it was really cool actually when they went in depth with it and everything. But somebody was like, Michael, you should make the tip jar a real thing and then donate that much during Extra Life. And I was like, how much fucking money do you think I'd make? Are you kidding me? I won't make that much this year.
So every month donate $1,000 to our Extra Life.
I'm looking at episode 8's not bad, probably because it was so short.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a 50-minute episode.
Yeah.
I won the cunt war in that episode. But I have the totals here.
That's my favorite prequel.
Great movie. The totals here. I think this is probably through episodes.
This is through 8. And it includes the 4 early podcasts.
Have you been in every episode, Jack?
No.
So
no.
you've been in 8 episodes.
No, some of that is
10.
wrong. Jack
10.
Jack
No,
has
that's
not been
Michael.
in nearly that many.
No,
No, they
you're
had
Jack
you listed
right
as
there.
way
It's 8
more than you
episodes.
were in. at
Oh,
one
that's
point.
weird. Yeah, I've only been on like
Maybe-
4
Did
episodes.
they count the previews?
But I wonder if that counts as me like just walking on set.
Michael-
That might.
I've walked on a few times.
Michael's spent. He has contributed $738.70 to the swear jar. I think that's got to be episodes 1 through 7. That includes 1,242 fucks. That's more.
Wow.
That's more fucks than some people will fuck in a lifetime.
Jesus.
Yeah. True.
There's Mormons out there that will never say fuck.
It's true.
And Amish people probably don't know what fuck is.
I think you meant they act more than
Yeah.
the statement.
He
but-
says shit the most, 446 shits.
You probably the most dicks, right?
I don't. Michael has the most.
Well,
shits.
here's the problem too.
Well, Michael wins across the
also,
board.
Michael's been on more episodes.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing too. Not only have I been on most episodes, but I talk 80% of the episode.
That's
too.
true.
Yeah.
So I don't shut the
there
hell
should be
up.
like an average of like what's your average dick count? Is it is it a high? Because you're
Please
time
give us
spoken.
more specific.
Yeah.
dude, I fucking love numbers and shit like this and
infographics.
spreadsheets. It's so good.
It is interesting, and to be fair, again, this one is especially cool because the graphics are really cool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
The way they put our little heads on it, and
Well, here's
and they actually separated
who
out
made
the
it? Let's
episodes
give credit
and
to
stuff.
at least the person who made it.
Some guy named Imgur.
Imgur. Okay.
Imgur.
Okay. Oh, that's dumbass.
Okay, you didn't get it.
Yeah, it took a
twice.
second. I was like, EM. Oh, there we go. All right, so here's the totals up on the screen now.
OTPS swear jar.
Oh well,
On the
okay.
spot swear jar. So it's
So, whoever that is.
Wow,
so-
Carrie made $43, or
Jesus.
up
He
to
didn't
43.
make anything.
And
That's
one-
how much he owes.
He
Ryan.
almost caught Lindsay in one episode.
Man.
Hey, Carrie's got practice, you know. But no, I won't be contributing that money. But we should make a swear jar and sell that. That'd be cool.
Fucking Emily should get off her ass
Yeah. Emily
And
McBride.
Emily McBride, and do her fucking job.
Yeah, and her job is to make people make stuff.
Make people make
She's
stuff.
in San Antonio selling shit right now.
She needs to-
she is.
She needs
sell
to
a goddamn
stop
stuff.
doing her job to go
Get
do
her
her
back here.
Do her
She doesn't
job.
do it today. She can do it Monday.
Speaking of which, though,
No,
She
you
can
like
do Tuesday
today.
for all I care.
no swear jar, but I did just get. I think we approved it. Another shirt design for Off Topic. Pretty cool looking. I don't have the graphic to throw up, but I'll tell you about it. It's basically it's like a glass
schooner,
overflowing with foam. Yeah,
like
it's one of
this.
those. Yeah, it's one of those.
It's one of these guys.
It's one of these glasses. It's got the sticker that I now have pretty much lost.
Oh yeah.
The Hot Topic sticker
gonna-
that John made.
are we gonna
John,
recreate
Hey,
it
John
here on
can
the spot?
make a new one. He's an
Yeah.
artist. You know, he made one 3 months ago. I think he can draw another one. What happened was I finally one day after the podcast, the last time I had it, I was washing out the dishes in the kitchen and I like drunkenly left it in the kitchen. And that note is gone forever. I saw it the next day, stuck to the coffee machine, and I went, "Oh, thank God, it's still there." And then I just left it there. Now it's not there anymore. But it's it's just like that glass overflowing with foam. I think there's like 20% beer and like 110% foam.
It's
a
cool.
nice shirt.
It's good. It's a cool shirt.
Yeah,
It is.
I'll I'll wear it, and hopefully
gonna
you'll
wear
buy
it.
it.
Yeah.
Not you, the collective
I'm not
you,
buying shit.
as in the audience. Yeah. Oh no. Why would you?
So tell
Hey,
me
where'd
about.
you get that shirt? Where can I buy that shirt?
Yeah. Tell me about
my
RTX
console
Australia. I wasn't there. What happened there? What was going on? Anything interesting? Anything shocking? Fans
Man,
are cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I heard it was hot.
The event was awesome, but the main part of the whole, like, I don't even want to say convention center because I didn't know it was a convention center technically, but it was like an old.
It was the coolest
It was a
building.
converted train station.
Right,
Coolest
it really
building
was.
I have
It was
ever been
super
in
cool.
my entire life.
Hot as fuck.
Would have been awesome, and
Cool was the
September.
wrong adjective
Yeah.
to use there. Yeah.
Yes, it was real sharp.
it was neat.
It was,
It was
yeah.
edgy.
Yeah, there
It
were,
was very nicely remodeled. That was
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Well,
It was
all-
beautifully appointed.
everything remodeled also freezing cold. Like that was awesome. All the remodeled rooms and side panels and everything, but the big main hall did not have air conditioning. So
okay.
very similar to RTX 1.
And the audience they were not happy with the heat. I get it. I'd like to point out it was way fucking hotter on the main stage.
It was hot on the main stage. I mean, you can see, just look at like Off Topic from last
just,
week.
like,
We are just
drenched.
fucking sweating
Right.
to death. It was so hot.
So
Under
did
those lights and shit?
Do you guys play Rocket League versus Funhouse? Or
They
someone?
did.
They did. We
Not-
played Rocket
yeah,
League versus some
Funhouse.
Australian pricks.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, and Funhouse.
Oh yeah, and then
Did you,
guys
did you
played.
beat Funhouse?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just we gotta make sure we keep that going.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, we beat them in prop hunt too.
Nice.
Beat him in
did.
prop hunt. Beat him. I'm happy because I was good.
Oh, yeah?
Jeff was good.
Yeah.
I would say Jeff was probably the MVP out of the
Yeah.
three of us. It was 3v3, right?
I had a good day.
You did good.
I done good.
There was.
Done good.
I did not do well in Rocket League. I did good in prop
You
hunt.
definitely did not
No.
do well.
I was
How'd
off
that
my
You
game.
get
steak
slapped
feel?
with something. You got hit with a
Slap in the
kangaroo
ring.
A
steak.
raw
Yeah.
kangaroo steak.
I regretted that the second that I realized it was happening.
You got like pelted in the head with it.
Man, we gotta do
Well,
that.
someone walked up and just slapped him with it.
I didn't know they
Oh
were-
God! I thought they
they were
threw
like-
it at you.
They were
No.
like, I didn't realize they were like, I'm gonna try and knock your teeth out slap. I thought it was just gonna be, and then I was like,
Did they come out?
no, but I was like, I had to take a break. I had to go like, all right, walk off stage for a minute.
That was also like
Not
first.
hit a motherfucker.
Yeah, I was
That was like
say,
first thing in the morning. You got
Yeah.
hit with a kangaroo
I was
steak.
like,
It was like 11 a.m.
Good way to start
After-
the day.
After that really put a fire under me for the 3v3 round at the end because it was 1v1s where you had one penalty, and Jeff was actually the only one that lost.
I was the only one on our team. that
Yeah.
lost.
But the 3v3 was then you have to take all three penalties.
Ooh.
I was like,
It
hell
was like
no.
walk on Legos, barefoot,
Ow.
do that slap thing, and then what
The
was the
slap.
other? Oh, you had to eat Weetabix with.
It was like
Vegemite?
old, dry
Vegemite on it.
Vegemite. And
I mean, you could
Weetabix.
just get new, fresh Vegemite, and it'd still be just as
Well, see,
disgusting.
everyone like Americans talk a lot of shit about Vegemite. The thing
I've
is,
just never heard of Vegemite.
well,
Yeah.
it's basically like mayonnaise. Like people be like,
is
oh, I'm gonna eat it
disgusting.
raw. It's like you don't eat mayonnaise raw. You don't
But
eat
that's
Vegemite
but
raw.
that's the whole thing because
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
funny
That's why it's
to
a
take
punish-
a little
Yeah, yeah.
bit. That's why it's like
Yeah.
eat it. Oh, they don't like it. It's like well, it's not meant to be eaten that
Yeah.
way.
Like Katie makes like Vegemite
But also it
toast.
sucks.
It's actually really good. So anyway,
The other weird comment I got constantly was that you sound so much more
Yeah.
American.
yeah.
That
What
happens.
does that mean?
That happens in Australia.
Yeah.
They said that the last time.
How
Lindsay
do
and
we
I
sound
went.
so different?
Well, because one, I mean, I will give you, it's still different online.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that deludes an accent in any way. I think Gavin still sounds super fucking British online. But I will say, it's just a difference of hearing people in person and over microphone. But I think the biggest thing is, when we all talk, it's just us. If not Gavin, it's all Americans and Gavin. In Australia, it's like 2 Americans in 10,000 Australians.
Yeah.
So the accent is
Context.
so much thicker in person. It's everybody sounds like them, and then we just sound totally different. That's every single person at Supernova 2014 told Lindsay and I we sound really American.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's where we're from. You guys sound Australian. I didn't go, you really sound Australian? This is so weird.
You say hot dog every
You've lived
fifth
in
word.
Sydney your whole life. Fascinating. I would have never guessed. You sound just like it.
But to answer your question, it was a tremendous. I think it was a fantastic event.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was awesome. There were some problems. Obviously, the heat was a problem. I think there were some issues with autograph signings.
Yeah.
The lines got kind of
Lines.
fucked up.
They're always.
It's all
But they're always
there's first year
lines, man.
problems. It's
Yeah.
first year
First year
problems,
problems, and they'll all be
sorted.
solved
Well,
for next year.
and the next year, the convention center we're going into isn't even open yet. It's brand
I
new.
don't know that any of that's.
They
They
mentioned
announced
it.
They announced
it.
it. Yeah, they
Okay.
did.
Gus shouted it at the
They
entire
shot.
crowd.
I know because people were telling me.
Okay, cool.
But the event, I'm not sure the name of the convention center, but it's supposed to finish the end of this
We
year.
couldn't even spoil it if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But,
I imagine it won't be old.
But
We built this brand new old convention
Definitely air
center.
conditioned.
From a
That's
con-
all
It's been done for 30 years. Just no one's gone inside yet.
from a content standpoint, I thought it was tremendous.
Cool.
Like,
Dude, the podcast was great. I love
Probably
the
the
podcast.
worst thing I saw was just that awkward
Funhouse.
Rocket League thing we were playing.
Oh.
That was a weird.
The Prop Hunt Let's Play was great. Founding Fathers of Rooster Teeth panel was actually pretty good for what that panel is.
Yeah.
You know, we've been answering the same questions.
I
for
heard the Ruby
13
panel
years.
was cool with Barbara.
Ruby panel
and
with
Lindsay.
Barbara and Lindsay was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. There was. I think they had 2.
They did, yeah.
Okay.
They had like
Had
a
their
regular
special
one,
one,
yeah.
and then they had
Where
one
you can,
which
like-
was basically live mocap.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it was like Ask Ruby and Yang questions.
Yeah, they
and
were
then
playing
did it
their
in
own
character.
characters behind stage,
That's
and they had
cool.
like shit on their face, and they did all that scanning here in Austin because they have like a facility here,
Okay.
where they scanned all their faces and then sent all the images to the place in Australia. And that was really awesome.
Yeah, that's
like,
really
that.
cool
That was
technology.
cool. They just had people asking live questions to Ruby and Yang.
Yeah.
The laser,
That was on Kotaku the other day.
yeah, it was. The Laser Team premiere was a pretty cool event.
Yeah.
Although also hot, I think, in the
Yeah.
theater.
Again, I missed the beginning because I was
Yeah.
at the hospital.
And
Go to Australia for the movie, and then I'm at the hospital. Whoops.
then Off Topic was fucking tremendous.
Yeah.
It was
was
really
something.
really solid.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, it was just about 40 minutes
About as solid as the front bumper of your car.
of Jeff just laying waste to any
Yeah,
living
it's
creature.
like he was just murdering animals. That's what
Every
I
time I
gathered.
told-
and,
the story.
and human.
And
Every
human.
time I told the story, I remembered another story.
The guy,
dominoes
the,
falling.
The human being was the only one who jumped out of the way of his car.
Yeah.
That's what I learned.
I have a recurring nightmare of hitting someone with my car. Like that to me would be like
Maybe
the
you've
worst
done it
thing
already
ever.
then.
Maybe I
You're
did. Maybe I was
reliving it.
sleeping and actually
Yeah.
hit someone, and then I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm at my house. Great.
Do you,
Park.
and then we had like the event for me ended with the happy hour panel, which I wasn't. Griffin and I were both exhausted, and we weren't sure about because Gavin wasn't there, so it's just the two of us for an hour in front of 500 people. Forgot how much I like to listen to myself talk.
Oh yeah.
We went for 48 minutes before we took a
Do you
question.
remember 2 weeks ago when you said you didn't have time to be on the podcast, then you stopped by and wouldn't
Yeah.
leave?
Yeah.
It's gonna drop in.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you remember that Let's Play we did where I had everybody sing the same a different song for 30
Yeah,
seconds
yeah,
all at the same
yeah,
time? We did that with 502 people. It was fucking awesome. We filmed a happy hour. out of
that's
it.
great.
And then I made Griffin drink enough water to pee her pants.
That's fantastic.
Ryan drank on the off topic.
Yeah,
Ryan had a beer.
I saw
Again.
a picture of Ryan drinking a beer.
Yeah.
What the hell? So do you just have to get out of the country and
Pretty
suddenly
much.
you're like, oh,
Yeah.
let's
No,
get
it's the
to
same
drinking.
thing.
When in Germany
It
or
was
Australia
another weird
or-
coincidental thing where they brought the beers out, which apparently were not for us.
Yeah.
That's a funny story.
It's a pretty funny story. Bernie told it on their panel, but I'll tell it again anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we're sitting there, we're doing
Yeah,
the
well, people watch this. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're sitting there, we're doing the podcast, and then at 20 minutes in, one of the like guardians or one of the organizers comes out with a bar tray of beer. And it was like 5 beers. I'm like, oh, this is awesome because we didn't have the set. So Jeff and I were just drinking out of a flask that a fan gave me. The day
Drinking
before.
water because you're not allowed to drink on
Yeah,
stage.
no, it wasn't water. It was scotch.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, this is awesome. We have the beer, and then we never thought anything of it. Like Bruce came out at one point and tried to take it
steal
away
him.
from us, and we fought him on stage. But I found out after the fact that was Bernie, and he was watching it. And what he said was, he's like, oh, this is great. So I don't know if you watch the podcast, but they have a bar. And a lot of times people walk by and grab a drink. And Bernie does that all the time. He'll walk by, grab a drink, and leave. And people really like that. They're just like, oh, it's cool. There's other people
Yeah.
from the cast
They're
just showing up.
interacting, yeah.
Exactly. We hate each other in real life.
Oh,
but
yeah, clearly.
the illusion is there.
Right.
So he was like, you guys should he's like, find out if we can get beer, like in the convention center, blah, 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 blah. they found out like, yeah, we can do it. He's like, okay, so put it behind them, like on the set, and so people can just walk by, grab a beer, and leave. And it's like, oh, okay, great. So Bernie's like, I'll meet you down there. So he goes down to like behind the stage, and he gets there by the podcast, and he asks somebody, okay, where did you do the thing with where the beers? And the guy comes over, he's like, oh, it was great. The crowd loved it. We brought him out. Everybody loved it. And he was like, okay, where are they? And he goes, oh, well, they're drinking them all. And he's like, no, I wanted to like walk on and grab a beer for me, and just like walk off like it's a bar. And then he explained it. I'm like, oh, okay, we got it. So he leaves. Like 10 minutes later, some other Guardian comes up to him and just go, Bernie, I got your beer. And he was just like, fucking forget it. So I was like, that was awesome.
I can't imagine how he thought that would go, though. He
It was
that
great
someone
for
would
us.
bring a tray of beer and put it on the set.
It was great
And
for us.
guys would not grab
I
it.
don't want to touch that.
But no, I only ended up with one because I was like, oh, okay, here they were. I'll just pass one to somebody, but everyone had already grabbed one. So
Oh.
So he had to, is what he's saying.
That's how you start doing meth. I mean,
Yeah.
just pass
There
the
was
meth down.
5
Like, oh, I don't want to
needles.
do meth. Oh, shit, I have meth in my hand, and
there it
everyone's
is.
got one. Time to start meth.
I will say it's funny too about the many of the stories that Jeff told about not maliciously murdering animals.
No,
but
never once.
They were accidents,
Self-defense
well, that
or
turned into
accidents.
malicious.
Well, you drive a car and things get on the road. That's fair
I
to
put
say.
that-
It's the
I-
human condition.
It's true.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, I was doing God's work.
Right.
I put that kitten out of its misery.
Oh,
yeah.
you killed a kitten?
Well, yeah.
Sort of.
Well, okay, some of
No,
God's work is smiting.
There's no
so.
sort
Yeah, I
of
guess
at
so.
all.
Jesus.
But he mentioned one story where you hit a deer. It didn't. You drove driving away and it didn't die.
Oh,
And I can hear
and you were
I
like,
can hear it deer crying.
right. And you mentioned you talked to Griffin, and she's like, you got to go back and kill it. So you went back, and that's the story. Elaborates
I forgot an
from
element
there.
of that story, too.
Okay,
I'll
well
tell
that's
you
later.
amazing. But I mentioned that after the fact to Gus. I was like, dude, Jeff's fucking out of control. He was just telling story after story. And I was like, hey, he told us one story that he hit this deer, and then he went back for it, and then this other deer showed up, and Gus was like, he told that story? I'm like, yeah. He goes, he fucking called me first.
That's the part I forgot.
And then Jeff's like, oh, I forgot. He called Gus. Is like, what do I do? Gus is the one that said, get a gun and kill it. And Jeff says, I don't have a gun. He goes, leave it. Just leave it behind.
Oh, my God.
And then he called Griffin. Griffin told him to go back and run it over. He goes back to run it over, hit a second deer. I don't want to rehash the story, but it's 50 minutes of that. That's the podcast.
fantastic.
It's
Yeah.
absurd.
It's not only did I hit the other deer, but I hit the other deer while I was lining up my shot to run over the first deer. And then as I gunned it, that deer goes, what the fuck, and jumped up and ran away. And then another deer ran in front of the truck and I hit it.
Fucking A, man.
Did you kill the second deer on the first shot?
No, it bounced, hit the ground, and got up and ran away.
Oh, okay.
But then I caught a bunch of other deer.
It died
stories.
slowly in the woods somewhere.
That deer in the
by the way.
bridge.
Yeah, now
Internal injuries.
That pack of deer generations from then has been telling the story
They're waiting
of this
for
truck
Jeff.
that almost killed 2 of us in one night.
Michael had a funny joke that, or maybe it was Ryan, one of you guys,
That was
that
probably Ryan.
in the woods there's like, instead of deer crossing signs.
I think I said that.
Yeah, like
said
truck.
that one, yeah.
Jeff crossing signs.
It's just Jeff driving his fucking car. Just says, watch the fuck out.
Oh, man.
There was people latched onto that.
Yeah.
That podcast. I saw a lot of shirt designs of you and road signs.
Man, I killed a cat one time when I was driving home. That was like the worst feeling in my life.
I understand. I cried when I
How have
felt
I made it
so
to life
bad.
without murdering
Listen,
something?
Well,
that's why I don't drive.
I
don't think anybody at this table believes that you've made it through
Yeah.
life without murdering someone.
I don't think I got a single mammal kill
I
on
saw
my conscience.
I saw a lot of comments on that podcast that was like, Ryan's just sitting back and grinning, like finally it's not him. It's not him.
See, I actually
It's like, the stories I can tell.
I killed a bat one time that I even know I killed.
Did you throw it at someone's feet?
No, no.
Oh shit!
I was driving home one night, and I was just driving along, and like it was my parents' house, so it was like kind of this weird dark corridor thing, and like this flash of light appeared. Of
course.
And I was like, "What the hell was that?" And
Jesus?
I drove home. The next day, I was going to my car, and I had a '76 Chevy Nova, big ass car. And the front grill, like the front bumper, there were 2 little feet poking out. And I was like, what? Like over the top of it. And I was like, what the hell is that? And I looked, and it was a bat had wedged, like it hit the grill and slipped into it, and so it was like wedged underneath my bumper. It had been dead there for like all night. So I had to get a stick and like prop it out and like throw it into the woods and. Ugh.
Yeah, or you could go to a car wash and blast it out under the wheel well with a power washer.
He's telling.
That's what was left of the cat.
That's what I had to do to the kitten to get it dislodged from my car.
Oh God.
But I killed the kitten because the car in front of me hit it, and its little kitten neck was broken, and it was flopping around in the street like that. And so I turned around and ran it over to kill it. But in the process, it got stuck in my wheel well, and so then I had to go to the car wash and spray it out.
The best part is,
And I will say I cried a lot.
the best part is on that podcast, I knew where you were going because you're like, I hit it. And I thought it was gone.
I looked at
you said it. I went like this. I was like, that was the cat being in the wheel.
It was like,
I don't think it was saying anything.
No.
There's also a moment where like Ryan and I think went into the crowd. It's kind of like we had T-shirts from the immersions. We were throwing them out, and I think it got picked up on the mic a little bit, but like the audience noticed it. I didn't hear it because I was out in the crowd. But like Jeff leans in and is apologizing to Lindsay for telling the kid story as we're throwing out shirts.
Oh man,
I felt so bad. I was sitting right next to her.
We laugh because it's life. Don't go kill cats.
Slice of life, yeah.
Oh, please don't kill a cat.
But if it's already stuck in your car, at least wash it out.
Or finish it off. If you,
Right.
If you half kill it.
It's true. It
Go
wasn't
all the
mercy
way.
killing.
It was mercy killing.
Yeah.
Now-
It just doesn't sound so merciful when you say hit it with my car. You know what I mean?
yeah.
In most movies, it's not like finish me off. I'm not gonna make it.
They get the car.
Here's my keys.
It was more like, it was like a magic trick. It was like, where'd it go?
Oh no.
Somehow I don't think David Copperfield's coming for that one.
Oh no.
Have you guys seen, speaking of David Copperfield, have you guys seen 7 Days of Hell?
No.
That HBO mockumentary thing with Andy Samberg?
Oh yeah, I have, yeah.
Holy
with
shit.
Sandberg and Kit Harington or whatever.
Yeah. I watched it on the plane.
Pretty funny actually.
That is fucking
What is that
funny.
about? I think I've heard of that.
It's about a tennis match that
Yup.
lasts the whole
7
yeah,
days.
yeah, that came out in like 2013, 2014.
And what is it? Sandberg plays the other Williams sibling. Like it's Serena and Venus,
That's
and then
right.
like
And then
that's
he's their adopted kid.
the
It's like a
adopted
reverse
brother.
Beyonce thing. And it's fucking, I watched on the plane, I felt bad. Because there's like families around me, and there's like dicks every 2 seconds. There's like cartoon dicks, and like, it was like, Dolph Lundgren's in it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is his dick in it?
He was in an orgy, a dude orgy.
What didn't Kit Harington at one point like see something that like turned him on? And he ran into another room and just faced a wall.
That's
what he felt bad.
Jon Snow, right?
Yeah,
Game of
yeah.
Thrones?
yeah.
That was Jon Snow.
That was.
Yeah.
Kid Harington.
He played a real idiot. That's funny.
Yeah?
He's hilarious.
Anyway, it's like 26
Do you,
minutes.
are you
should
an Andy
watch it.
Samberg fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
You watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Uh-huh.
fucking funny.
Seen every episode.
I still
damn
need to catch
show.
up on that. I started watching it.
Heard terrible things about him as a human being.
Really?
I also did as well. I've heard he's a douchebag piece
Yeah.
of shit, and I can totally believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't want to know. I don't want to know you as a
Yeah,
person
yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's fucking hilarious as
I
a
had
performer, and
I had a
like
friend
that.
who worked on SNL for a couple seasons and said that like he was unbearable.
Really?
Yeah, just a real jerk.
Huh. Yeah,
But then allegedly.
Yeah, you never want to hear that. Like
You never wanna hear that.
You like you hear some celebrities like Drew Carey. I had a chance to meet Drew Carey in person.
Piece of shit.
That dude is fucking incredible. Like nicest guy I've ever met in my life. Nicest celebrity I've ever met in my life. Where like
also-
he skipped his lunch to sign autographs for people. I'm
He
like,
also-
that's
well, I
cool.
mean, Jim Carrey could afford to skip a lunch or two, right? He also,
At this point he's pretty skinny now.
hey, because he's been signing so many autographs. You don't have to be. It's fine. You know, I think that Tom Cruise. I would not want to spend 2 seconds in a room with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But I will watch him on screen every chance I get because the man doesn't make bad movies.
Yeah,
doesn't
I would
make bad
rather
movies.
not. I would rather have a never experience than like a bad experience.
Yeah. Yeah. On the
Not
flip-
even, and I'm not even saying like I would hold it personally. I was like, my brain would be like, get over it. Who cares? You like his
Yeah.
movies, but I would not be able to get over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be like, like I don't like him.
It
now.
took me.
I can't watch.
It took me so many years to get over the Charles Barkley thing.
Yeah, you mentioned
I
he's a
did.
dick.
I'm over it. But he was like, it was such a letdown. He was such a dick fucker to me.
That's like
Dick
such a
fucker.
dick fucker.
It's worse with movies, though, right? Like people are actors and actresses, because you're going to that to believe there's somebody else.
Yeah.
And if you now have a personal relationship
Yeah.
with that person as a human, you're like, but he's a cock.
Yeah. See, that's like to me.
And I just don't like. You don't want to get abused.
no. That's the worst
Yeah.
case
See,
scenario.
the same time I met Drew Carey, I met John Ritter and Katie Seagal.
Right. And you said John Ritter was a prick.
John Ritter was an asshole. Like he was a straight up asshole, and then his heart exploded.
Why were Ritter and Katie Seagal there together?
It was 10 Simple Rules for dating my teenage daughter.
right,
It was at Disney, and when I was working out there.
then his heart exploded.
Yeah,
Katie Seagal is one of those rare people that gets more attractive the older they get.
yeah.
Dude, she was hot in Sons of Anarchy.
She's prettier today.
She was hot in that show.
Yeah. She was. She
Anyway,
still is.
so Katie Seagal and John Ritter, total assholes, and Drew Carey, top guy. So that being
think
said,
that-
I've heard that multiple times from different people about Drew Carey.
Do you think maybe Katie Seagal looks better now because your first memories are like Married with Children, where she
Probably.
was made to look ridiculous?
She was still hot in it.
She had a good body. She was hot, but her hair was absurd, and she had
Yeah.
the outfits that
No,
were
I just like
ridiculous
she's
and
just
everything.
gotten. I think she's just gotten better looking. It's like kind of like a Sophia Loren thing. Like just like ages incredibly well.
a
like
fine
I'm
wine.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Like Judi Dench.
Yeah. Judi Dench. Absolutely.
Yeah, Dame Judi Dench.
Absolutely.
I'd say that about Helen Mirren.
or
Have
Helen
you seen
Mirren.
young Helen Mirren?
Yeah.
I mean, old Helen Mirren, yes. Young Helen Mirren.
Very yes. What?
Can't talk yet.
Ryan went from
excited.
yes to
Don't mention Betty White around him. We'll freak the fuck out.
What did Betty White look like?
She was attractive. She
Was
was,
she?
she was a young actress. I mean,
When-
she was acting.
when was that?
60 years ago.
Okay.
70 years
actually
ago.
when she invented acting. She looked great. I'm gonna do this.
All right.
So as you know, I mentioned it late into the podcast that this podcast is sponsored by Movement Watches. That's MVMT Watches. Jeff, I see how you're jealous of this watch.
I don't have a watch.
It says that you're jealous right here. I'm reading it. Jeff, you're so jealous. But it's okay, because these Movement Watches bring some serious heat.
Doesn't feel
Check
okay
them
to
out.
me. I don't have one.
This is a little crowdfunded brand that's revolutionizing the watch game. They're starting to get a lot of press from GQ, Playboy, Hypebeast. Ask Men said they are the hottest watch company on the market. They're all about the idea that high quality doesn't have to break the bank, and they actually deliver. Probably why they have over 1 million social media followers. Quality crafted watches starting at just $95. If you try to get a watch like this at a department store, you'd be spending at least $400 to $500, Jeff.
I don't have that much money to spend.
You might. Their style is minimalistic, clean, and sleek. And the best thing about them is you can wear them with anything. This is my everyday watch. It's nice. Got a nice little brown strap. I like this. I wore this to the Laser Team premiere. Brought it to Australia. I even wore it on the Off Topic in Australia. And they didn't even sponsor that
Did
episode.
it tell time backwards in Australia?
It told me what time it was here because I
Also-
didn't set it to Australian
Also,
time.
did you say minimistic?
Did I?
I think you might have.
Well, that's fine. It's
Look.
minimalistic.
People get words wrong sometimes.
People get words
It's
wrong
fine.
sometimes. Yeah.
What's with the water?
Listen,
Drinking water.
Jack can drink his water. Well, I'm going to help you, Jeff, get your style
Oh,
on
please
point.
do.
So check out mvmtwatches.com/off-topic. We're hooking you up with 15% off your entire purchase. That's mvmtwatches.com/off-topic.
Thanks.
MVMT, movement. A lot of people asking about these watches, I've noticed. I've seen some topics come up, like, hey, where are those watches? What watch was that? How do I get that watch?
Can I get a 15% discount?
You sure can.
What is that discount?
I want to be just like Michael. Can
Go
I
to
wear his
15%.
skin?
mvmtwatches.com/off-topic. You might get a piece of my skin
you
with
go.
your order. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm not promising you won't.
that shit flakes off you all the time.
Yeah,
you don't need
it's
all
Can
of
we
it.
be real for a second?
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
break it down.
you only wanted to be a veterinarian because of the skin.
The skin is nice. Everybody likes the skin, D.
it's the most important part, obviously. It's always sunny right
Yeah,
It's
no,
true.
I
Got
got
it.
it. Good.
No.
But I really do like these watches.
I'm a year behind on That's Always Sunny. I have to wait for it to come out on Hulu or Netflix before I can watch it.
Didn't it just come out?
Not be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cheap-
Well, the last season just did.
Well, 10.
Not be a
Yeah.
cheap
So
prick.
you're
You
only
could
like
support
4
them and
behind.
pay
Yeah,
$2
yeah,
an
I guess.
episode. Buy them.
Watching them streaming, that supports them, right? There's a kickback on the back end.
Yeah. It's pennies on the pennies.
All right.
It is convenient, though, when they're on Netflix
It is.
for
Yeah,
binge
yeah.
watching.
Just watch them
I got
all the
pretty
way through.
excited. It's like, I mean, it's not a new season because I've already seen it, but it's like I get the next level of enjoyment as I
Yes.
can get to new episodes. Like, oh yes, it's on Netflix. Because I
watch-
can just hit play and it just keeps going and going.
I
and
feel like
going.
watching Charlie work. Boop, it's
Yeah,
on. You know,
I kind of like I have
6 inches, D.
I
6
have, I have a.
Oh, you son of a
I have a debate with Netflix sometimes where I'm like, do I want to continue watching? I've only watched 8 in a row. Yes, I want to continue. Stop fucking asking me. Just
Yeah.
keep going until
Don't
I tell
you
you to
judge
stop.
me, Netflix.
Who cares if I'm sleeping? I don't give a shit. I'm listening in my dreams. Okay, just keep playing.
It's osmosis.
Yeah. Is it? Is that osmosis?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm not science.
It's all right.
He's not science.
That's science.
See, I didn't flub the word though. I just chose
No,
to speak like that.
you nailed it.
You been watching X-Files?
I started to watch the first episode last night. Got 2 minutes in, and then Griffin made me pause it, and we never got back to it.
What did she go do?
Some shit. I don't know.
All right.
That was the thing. And then by the time we were ready to watch it again, it was bedtime for Millie, and Griffin wouldn't let Millie stay up late. So, yeah. Are you guys back on schedule?
What does that mean?
Yeah, no, I'm all right.
Are you?
I messed up last
Sleep.
night and didn't go to sleep.
Oh yeah,
But
no. Right when I got back, I snapped right back into it.
it
I
seems
didn't
like
sleep on the way here, so
Yeah.
I was really easy.
It seems
to-
like Australia coming back is a lot easier
it
than
was
going there.
easy as dicks.
Whereas like going to London's is reverse of that. Like,
I
it
did-
seems like coming back from London, I got wrecked.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I did this thing for the first. How many nights have we been back? 3?
Yeah, we got back Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tuesday night and Wednesday night, I went to sleep at 9 p.m. and woke up at 2 a.m.
Oof.
and then didn't go back to sleep.
That sucks. That's
Last
what I did
night,
in
I
Australia.
forced myself to stay up till midnight, and then I slept till 10:15.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which,
by the way, I was 15 minutes late.
Well, that's funny. I've been doing like laser team screenings since we got back. There's like some pre-screening stuff, and it's actually go check it out if you want to see Laser Team. It's in theaters this weekend.
With a
It's
Z.
Yeah, with
Nathan
a Z.
Fillion.
It's he still mentioned it
Yeah,
though, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, well, that's because he's fucking friends with Colton.
Yeah.
But just like Hey,
Hey, we'll take whatever
I'm in it too. We're friends with
Yeah, we're friends
Colton.
with Colton. We can have Nathan Fillion
Yeah,
come on.
they play shit all the time together. They play
Nathan
Destiny
Fillion,
and
come
stuff
have
like
a
that.
beer.
Fillion likes RVB.
Fillion
Yeah,
should like off
Jeff
topic
and I
podcast.
met him at ODST, right? At E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. I think he played.
We played Gears 3 with him.
Was it?
Not
No.
it
It
was not
was.
ODST. It
What?
was Gears 3.
Was it?
Was he in Gears
We played-
3?
He wasn't in Gears 3, but he loves video
He was
games.
there.
He plays according to
I'm
Colton.
pretty sure we played ODST.
You guys gonna have another argument today? One's enough.
I'm just glad
I'm pretty
not
sure
in
because I remember going. Oh, we're playing Halo with a character from the game.
We might have played that with. Well, we played Gears 3 with Zachary Levi then.
No, it was the same setup because there were four
No,
stations.
it was
set
Gears
up.
3 because we were playing as tickers.
All
and
this
I was like,
name
it was crazy.
dropping.
And then
This is
that was the
Zachary Levi.
night
My friend
we played
Zachary Chuck.
because I played
know.
Fable.
Oh,
Heroes.
He's also a fan.
Oh yeah, Heroes
because I
Heroes
played
Reborn.
Fable that night.
According
and
to
then
Barbara, he's a
we played Fallout New Vegas that night as well.
Yes, I remember you playing Fallout. I remember you playing.
And then you flew away on Serenity.
Yeah, absolutely. We got it and took off and wore the brown coats.
That was the night where the bartender cut me off and I freaked out.
And they had like that push cart of like shots of absinthe.
means
Yeah.
you
Remember
probably
that?
should have been cut off.
No, I say that's what I literally. I went up to get a drink, having a lovely time. We're hanging out,
Yeah.
talking to our friends from like wherever. And I went up to get a drink, and I said, "Hey, I'd like to get one more drink." And the guy goes, "I think you've had enough, buddy." And I go, "I have?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think so." And I turned around to Jack and I said, "We have to leave right now." I was like,
not
"I don't
happy
feel,
with that.
I don't feel drunk, but if the bartender's telling me that I'm drunk, I'm way too drunk to be around important people. Like, we need to leave."
Because Ice-T
Before I
and Coco
embarrass
were
myself.
there. Remember? It was
Yeah.
like, yeah. And I think didn't Ice-T sing his Gears of War song there?
I don't remember that.
Maybe
I
he
might-
Gears of
Maybe
War
you were
song?
drunk.
Yeah,
there.
I
might have been.
He had a rap. He had a Gears of War rap.
Ice-T wasn't even there. That's how drunk they were.
Shit. We were hallucinating. Maybe that absinthe really kicked in.
But like, it was just saying, come back from Australia. I was fucking exhausted. Like my schedule wasn't fucked up, but I was just tired from flying, and then immediately was doing laser team stuff, and then like I've been doing the screenings at night, and then doing like press stuff in the morning. And so yesterday I was on the radio, and then this morning I was on Good Morning Austin for like 85 seconds, and I was supposed to be here to meet our PR guy to take me down there at like 8 o'clock, like 7:55. I woke up at 7:40 today. I was like, fuck! It was one of those things like you wake up and the second you wake up, you know it's wrong. Like I woke up and I was like, it's too bright. Oh fuck! Like I knew it was
like
way
a
too
Kevin
late.
McAllister
I knew.
moment.
I looked at my phone and I was like, fuck! And like that woke Lindsay up, me yelling like fuck. And that's just like I ran in, I'm like putting shit on, I brushed my teeth. We basically immediately left. I fucking forgot everything. I left everything. I grabbed a clean shirt, left it at the front door. And I was like, good thing I was on the radio yesterday because I'm wearing the same shirt. That was, but I made it. I made it for my 8 seconds. I went on right before the local dog.
Oh,
That's the shelter dog that's looking for a home. Fucking fantastic dog.
Yeah?
I chilled in the green room with the dog, which was like a storage closet.
Oh yeah, I've
And,
been
The
in that
dog
yeah.
rates the green room too.
Yeah, well, they were on next.
Was it like Austin
Alright.
Pets Alive or something? Or
It was something like that.
Austin
Yeah,
Animal
it was like an abusive like home. They took the dog.
Oh.
And the dog. It wasn't. You know, the
like
green
the
one wasn't.
abusive animal
They're
shelter.
going to the news
No.
like,
Shit out of
watch
it.
me abuse it.
The dog was fucking fantastic.
Only you can
Yeah.
stop this
I
punishment.
was like, don't ever run to Jeff. Run away. Run far away from here.
We'll just buy this magazine and
Stay
we'll
off the
shoot this dog.
road or the ditch.
I'm sure somebody will snatch that dog up. That dog was a cutie.
You should adopt. Don't buy. Adopt. It's good. Spay and neuter your pets, kids.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
so I threw a New Year's party this
Drew
year.
Carey.
I threw a New Year's party this year, and it's 11 o'clock. We're out in the street. We're shooting off fireworks and stuff, having a bunch of people over,
Vandals.
drinking beer.
And Jeff comes by.
A lot of fun. I think I'm right outside the studio. And so Adam, my friend Adam works here. Adam Gilby, the guy with the nose
Adam
ring.
Gilby.
Now the big
Ellis.
beard.
Adam
Adam
Ellis.
Ellis.
His name's Adam Ellis.
I know.
Not very good friends, apparently.
Yeah.
Doesn't know a lot of
So he rolls up to my house, and it's him and his lady friend, and they're like, "Hey, we found a dog down the street, and he's in our back seat." And I was like, "Cool." And they're like, "Yeah, we found this dog. We don't know what to do with it." I'm like, "All right, well, I can hold it in my backyard. You can take it to animal control in the morning, like when you guys leave." They're like, "Oh no, we have cats. We can't take it." And I was like, okay, it's not my responsibility. Like, you brought this dog to my party. What are you gonna do with this dog? They go, okay. So they
It's
put
drinking my beer.
So they put it in the backyard, and I was like, all right, fine. And then
Spuds McKenzie.
like an hour later, we have New Year's, we all cheer and whatnot. And then I look up, and he's gone. Fucking dog's still in the backyard. He just left this
Happy
dog in
New
my
Year.
party. He's like, all right, peace out.
I
Left
hope
the
your New Year's
goddamn dog.
resolution was take care of a new dog.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, fuck, I have a dog. So the next morning I wake up, dogs, we left him in the backyard. I fed him and gave him water. Took him to animal control. That's the second time in 3 years I've had a dog show up at my New Year's party that I did take to animal control the next morning. 3 years ago, I was in my house and there was this little white dog in my house. I'm like, whose dog is this? They're like, oh, it's not yours. Fucking dog somehow just made it into my party.
You gotta stop
someone
having
opened
your
the door
parties
and a
under
dog
the bridge,
just walked
Jack.
They
in.
need a bouncer.
It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? There's some little white, shitty little dog.
You need to
got
get
in
a
my
pit
house.
bull dog to stop the other dogs from coming in.
God damn. Well, my animals were like in my bedroom all locked away so they want to get out, And it's like, the fucking dog. Because it's 4th of July. Fireworks scare animals. Keep your fucking dogs inside.
It's not 4th of July, though.
Or New Year's, whatever. Fireworks. Same thing. So, anyway. It was like, what the fuck? You just left a dog. And then it's
How
like,
nice of him.
Yeah, I was like, oh, thanks.
Happy New Year!
Yeah, Happy New Year's responsibility for you. Like, oh.
Little did you know there was a fuse coming out its ass. You were supposed to light it.
Jesus.
Super cute dog.
Wait for
If
it.
you're listening to this, a lesson to be learned: if you're gonna go to a Jack Patillo New Year's Eve party, bring a dog.
Preferably one without a collar
Anyone
or a
out
chip.
there?
Yeah.
Also, put a fucking collar on your dog. I can't stand it when I see dogs running down the street. And like, of course, every time we see one, we have to stop and check and see if it's okay. I've gone to animal control more in the last 2 years with Katie than I ever have in my life.
You
Ever
just
thought
get
I
it
would.
Out of context, that's a weird
Yeah,
thing to say.
I was gonna say, like, you should just get her tags or something.
get her the chip.
So
You keep coming back with this woman, sir. Please.
anyway, so chip and give your dogs collars. It's so frustrating when he's like, oh, here's a really cute dog, and there's no owner, no chip, nothing like that.
Somewhere there's
Also,
a child
I'm
crying.
Yeah,
finding if
exactly.
you have any like elder family members, bring them to Jack's house.
Just leave them. I'll leave them in the backyard. We'll take them
Give
the
them
next
food and
morning.
water.
Oh, Pop's fine. He's fine. He doesn't bother anybody.
I
You just
built-
got to change him every once in
I
a
built
while.
a really nice doghouse for Emma that she just never uses. So like the dog, of course, immediately ran inside and lay down, and I was like, okay, at least
I'm
someone
yours
lays in there.
now.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyway.
Jeff, they changed the beer.
What is it now?
I don't remember what it is. I think it's some kind of Pilsner, but I can't remember.
Anyone know?
You might be.
Everyone's
You might be
doing
able
this off
to. You might.
stage.
No,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, it's
Live Oak.
It's Live Oak.
Live
Jeff made the smart move. He was just gonna go look at the keg.
Yeah.
It's Live Oak Pilsner.
Yeah, it's good though.
That's good beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's different than Fireman's. I
It is
drank it
different.
and was like, oh my god, it's different.
I would wager it's better than Fireman's.
I prefer Fireman's, but I like this as well.
Fireman's.
I'll get used to it on a keg. Trust
I
me.
think I might just be burnt. Fireman's I drank a lot, like 4 or 5 years ago. I think I just got kind of burned out on it.
When was the last time you had a Bud Light?
I don't think I've ever had a Bud ever since I moved to Austin.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah. I remember like when I was in college, everyone was like, oh, Bud Light. Bud Light.
I drank Coors Light.
I had one
Right after
recently.
Mark Wahlberg crashed in front of me. It was really weird.
I had one recently. They are disgusting. It is so
I
bad.
never liked Bud.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all beer. I mean, to me, like before you have a palate for beer when you start drinking, it
Yeah.
tastes soapy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I think beer tastes like, soap. Bud always tastes like that to me. After liking beer now, being an adult drinking beer, the taste just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Are we gonna film anything today?
We might.
We can.
Depends on what time we leave here.
We have the four. Is it the four of us for the rest of the day?
What are the four of us? What have we done
Yeah,
together?
I have
as
to
a-
film like 2 things, but that'll take a couple minutes.
What, like laser team things or something?
Yeah.
We could film. I was trying to figure this
We
out.
do 4-player Rocket League.
Jeff's good at
Rocket League,
yeah.
I've learned is recording Rocket League means Michael's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been in like
true.
one
That's like
Rocket
Cloudberry.
League
Yeah.
video, and
We
you
could,
guys have made like 6.
Dude,
We could film that Every Bullet Counts game.
Oh,
I've never played
fucking
that.
love to play
that's
that
a fun
again.
one.
Do some-
Michael's
do some face
fucking
cam?
good at that.
I fucking love that game.
Yeah.
It looks like fun. I watched
I'll be
your
at a
video. It looked like a
disadvantage.
lot
I
of
won't
fun.
have Jeremy to kill.
That's true.
He was just shooting rubber bullets at me every time. It's like, I'm behind you, and I would just turn around and fucking
Dude,
execute it.
Jeremy and I have a game now since you guys are all out of town. So we're like, we need to play something.
Docking.
Doom. We played
Ah.
Doom. So we've beaten the first 3 chapters of Doom in 3 separate videos. So that's going to be our Star Trek,
This
I think.
is live streaming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recommend something.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Tweet.
Oh yeah, look at Ryan.
Hashtag off topic. There you go.
Hashtag off topic.
What
AH.
what can 4 people play?
Off topic? Believe it or not, a lot of people hashtagging that, not relating to this podcast.
No.
It's a common phrase.
Oh, well,
Turns
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
we're taking it back though.
we should
Yeah.
copyright it. We
Yeah.
should
Oh, for sure. That's what we're gonna
trademark
do
it.
that. Yeah.
trademark it. There we go.
Before Sony gets a chance to. Fucks.
Silence where we all drink.
Pour one out for Sony.
I'm
Rest
out
in
again.
peace.
Man, I'm glad to be back on the set. I missed it in Australia. It was nice. The stage was nice that it was just like 1,000
It's a draw.
degrees, but
Tapping.
you didn't have the
Lost
table
it.
to beat on.
I know.
You know, like punching at it, showing it what
You guys,
for.
you had to hold your mics too, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. You didn't have a nice.
I'm glad
setup
the
we had here.
audio turned out really well, though.
Yeah?
To
It
be
did,
fair,
it did.
like both there, I could hear everybody fine, and in the broadcast, like the actual video actually sounds really good. You can actually understand what the hell people
Yeah.
are
Oh,
saying.
good.
That's rough. Sometimes we'll have those panel podcasts
Yeah.
where it's just like you just can't hear.
I mean,
anything.
it's meant for live. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I had trouble understanding the audience in the
Yeah.
Achievement Hunter panel when they were asking questions.
Well, yeah,
because they were all speaking Australian.
Australian and bad acoustics make for
Yeah, there wasn't like a good monitor or anything on
No.
stage.
it just sounded like
Again, first year problems. I'm sure this will be sorted.
Well, that's just convention. I don't know that I've ever been to a convention that got that sorted out really well.
Yeah.
If you're on the main stage, like
Yeah.
panels are
panel
were
rooms are
easy.
fine
Yeah.
because they're smaller and they were closed in. You know, like we were in a lot of guess what they're called, theater rooms.
Yeah.
But they look like classrooms, really. They look like college
Yeah.
classrooms where it was like a stage and then stadium seating. Those were great for panels.
So Katie did a panel. She Skyped in for the Root Teeth panel because she created Root Teeth before she came over here, and so there was like it was all the admins on the panel, and they put Katie on the giant screen behind her, so it looked like that Apple 1984.
Overlord
It was
Katie.
literally like this giant,
She's like
image of
fucking
Katie,
Wizard of Oz.
just like lording over everyone. It was awesome. So
What time was that here?
it was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. No, it was 5 in the afternoon. So
Oh,
it was
that's
like
not too bad.
Yeah, it was,
Was she
it was
like-
like 10 a.m.
Must have been the morning. Yeah.
Was she
Yeah.
like, Australia, rescue me? Jack keeps taking me to heaven.
And I had like the big hook that I would pull her back.
She had like the zoo tags. Like those are lovely earrings, Katie. Why are they numbered?
Yeah.
So,
What does B711 mean? All right, there you go.
there we are. All
That's
right.
it.
All right.
Yeah. I was taking a drink, man. So is it
I would if there was any more.
anything exciting happened while we were gone?
Not really. Not a lot going on. It was kind of all right. It was quiet.
Because you were out of the office on like Wednesday,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You went to
I went to San Francisco. I played Far Cry Primal out in San Francisco.
What did you think of Far Cry Primal?
It's good. We got to play the first like 3 hours of the game, and it's good, man. It's a fun game. Like I've never really played the Far Cry games, and like this was a good time.
Didn't you and I play it in Burbank?
Yeah. We played it. We played where they had the giant elephants.
Elephant.
Or
That was
the
me- that was
mammoth.
me and you, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I
And
never
so-
really got into it until Far Cry 4. Like
Yeah.
I tried to.
3
I-
was great.
Well, that was the
3 was
thing. Like
good.
I know it was great, but it was just one of those things. I just missed the boat. Like I was playing something
Yeah,
else, or I was
same
busy
deal.
doing whatever. And then it was like a year later, and I started playing it, and then another game came out, and then Far Cry 4 came out, and I was like, fuck. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever go back. And I have like 300 gamer score on Far Cry 3. Far Cry 4, I fucking perfected. I love that game.
Yeah.
Far Cry 4 was 95% as
Yeah.
good as 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 3. I mean, it's the exact same game as far as gameplay goes, and just like
Just a
structure
little
and
lighter on
everything.
story.
The story in 3 was better, but 4 looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Like 4 looks gorgeous. On
The
Xbox
interesting
One.
thing about this one, that like, I mean, the fact there's no guns. You have a bow and arrow, you have a club, and then a spear, and those are literally your weapons.
That's
the
like
whole
the
game.
an
weekend
animal.
at Ryan's.
Yeah, and then you also, but then you're a beastmaster, so you control an animal.
Right.
So you can have like bears and wolves and like pumas and stuff. It's great, and so you can just send them up after people, and an owl that will like swoop down and murder people.
That owl's amazing.
Yeah.
Does
so
it bring letters too?
He does. He drops off like your Nimbus.
You've been cordially invited to your own grave.
So it's fun to like sick your animal on the far guy, and then he'll run like, so if there's 2 guys coming at you, you sick him on the far guy, he'll run at the second guy, and then you bow and arrow headshot the first one, and they both drop at the same time. It's so awesome because the first one's like, that's a bear, and then you shoot him in the back of the head. It's like, oh man, that was awesome. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to more of
I
it.
still need to finish. I mean, I'm not that far into it, but like the last game I invested actual time in and started playing is the last Tomb Raider, which is
Yeah.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm like 6 hours into it.
Haven't beat
Dude,
it either.
Same here.
barely, like honestly, Fallout at this point I'll probably start over when I play it again. I've played like 4 hours of it
Yeah.
since it came out.
I
and
just
I
beat it
essentially have done nothing in Fallout.
Yesterday?
Yeah, you beat it yesterday.
I
beat
think
it
I
yesterday.
think I'm level 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
I got the Institute ending, which I hear is the worst ending, and I hope that's the case
Hey,
because
it's
it was.
Oh, because it wasn't good.
It was just like,
yeah,
Well, I
why-
was
it was
just like, I was like, I got the worst ending.
It just was
I
like,
hope so.
it's like,
Well,
hey,
is
it's
it-
over.
They're all
It-
Is it like
Yeah,
is it
that's
like
what I hear.
is it like Fallout, the like Fallout 3 or New Vegas, where it's like, here's how 9 different threads end and they kind of just recap stuff, or is it like a bigger kind of single story ending? 'Cause I remember, like, like New Vegas, it was like, oh, and
Well, there's
these
like
guys
the
did
main
this,
story
and then
ending,
these-
and
yeah.
then it's literally just like all your side quests, like
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
you've done them or not. It's like it's kind of weird because it's not one
Yeah.
fluid thing. It like here's the ending, fade to black, come back, and here's the ending for this,
Yeah,
and here's
yeah.
the ending for this.
So was it like that?
Not
or-
like that at all.
Okay.
Not like that at all.
Huh.
It's just like, all right, you killed. If you're on this side, so you destroy this group. No, you destroy that group. It's over.
Okay.
Really, was kind of
Yeah.
fantastic game, but a little lackluster.
Wait for the DLC when the real
know.
ending comes out.
I'm excited.
Mass Effect 4.
What
So now I got to do. I guess there's 4 separate endings, right, Ryan?
I believe so. Yeah.
Like there's a Brotherhood
each of
ending.
the main groups.
There's
has
the
an ending.
Railroad ending, and then a Minuteman ending.
Now, is it like New Vegas where you have to decide that shit earlier on, or can you basically save at the end of the
Yes,
game,
no,
just do
there-
ending?
There's a branch point that you have to. You could save it at the branch point.
How
but
far is the branch point, though? Is it closer
I mean,
to the end,
the-
or is it
the-
like halfway?
It's
Like
really
you could
close
just
to the
blow
end.
through
Okay.
the campaign
Okay.
story and like.
'Cause in New
there's only like
Vegas, it was
7
not
campaign
halfway.
missions.
The
all.
branch point,
Yeah.
the branch point I saved at it. It's right when you're about to go to war with one. You basically say like, if you do this action, you're going to go to war with these people. So don't.
Supposedly, it's it's not really a spoiler to say at some point you go to the institute. It's whoever
what
you
that is.
choose to
Yeah,
help
that's what
you
it is.
go to the institute. That's where you're deciding essentially.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it gives you the option between the institute or that.
Because like I picked the institute, and the last institute mission I had, or one of the second to last institute mission I had was to wipe out the railroad.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the railroad, and before I could get the prompt to do that, the railroad asked me to pick between them and the Minutemen. And I was
That's weird.
like, all right, well I'm gonna pick the Minutemen, and then I kill you. But I think so. I got the impression that even at that
By
point, I
this, he
could have
means
kept going.
he's like, I'm going to come back for you and run you over.
From what I was
Yeah.
reading
Hit
online,
him with a car,
was who
back
you,
into a child.
The important choice moment is who did you have you help get to the institute?
the Minutemen.
Okay, so that means that you had the.
I think only the Minutemen can get you there. I thought everybody else. I thought like everybody else would go like, yeah, I don't know, I can't.
No,
do
the
it.
railroad did it for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
I
the
think any
railroad,
of them will
the
build it for
railroad
you.
helped you build the thing.
Yeah, any of them will help you build it.
Interesting. All right. Well, maybe. Yeah. Well, I have a save for.
I
there.
don't- I can't
I have
verify
a
it,
save
but I
for
think
back
that's where
there
it
as
is.
well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they all send you when they help you build the thing, they send you there with an agenda.
What was your agenda when you went with the railroad?
Destroy the institute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My agenda was just to, for the minimum, was just
Make friends.
Was just to upload some shit to a computer.
It was
porn?
basically the same thing as the start of the railroad one. Was hey, put this in the computer.
Yeah.
Are there aliens in this one?
No.
There's an alien.
Well, there's an
blast
alien
you can get,
spaceship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it's not like Mothership Zeta.
Okay. Well, I remember in New
Yeah.
Vegas, there was a point where you could go and like send aliens like in a rocket back to the moon or something,
don't
and then it
remember
goes zzz, boom, and like hits the ground and explodes.
There's
There's like mission ended.
There's a cool thing that you have with the Institute in the end when you're doing the final mission. This is not like a spoiler, but if you pick the Institute, then your enemy is the Brotherhood, right? Well, everybody, but
Yeah.
except for the Minutemen. They don't really care about the Minutemen. But so you go to like assault and destroy the Brotherhood, and they give you these little grenades that if you throw it, like a bubble of synths opens up and just starts fucking wrecking shop. It's awesome. You're just like, boop, and then just like 10 synths show up. And it's like,
I got it. They're killing.
So do we have any recommendations yet on what we can play as the four of us?
oh yeah, good question.
Let's
I really
check our
didn't follow
thing.
up on that.
Yeah, you
Well,
just said it and
Jack's
then immediately
following
put
up
your
on it
phone.
right
I
away.
really want to
Yeah,
pull. I really want to try
that's
this.
what's
Every
happening.
bullet
Let's
counts.
Yeah,
Time
we
to
should
percolate.
do that. I really want to shoot people in the face, and it's an amazing video for face cams.
And it'll help us get further ahead.
We
of the
didn't even say a hashtag, did we? Like,
Yeah,
Off-topic
Off
AH.
topic AH.
Okay.
Ryan.
Were you
not
He
paying
said off
attention?
topic, and I
did not.
corrected him, and I said AH because a lot of people
Twitter
hashtag
speak, it
off
just goes
topic.
right
It's very
past me, I
general.
don't- yeah.
Yeah.
Play Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune again. Oh
You guys
shit!
don't
Play
know.
one of the family game night games like Monopoly games.
People love
like
them.
Clue,
Oh,
Mousetrap.
dude, you
Yeah, let's
told
play
them the
Mousetrap
fucking
again.
story about Monopoly, man. You got that planned.
Jeez.
You just need to come out with a couple grand. We'll play that.
Did I talk about that? To
Someone
the
said
public?
real man's
Yeah,
jingle.
you did. You mentioned it in Australia.
I just need to get Hullum to sign off on it.
Yeah, you just
Real
need,
man's
you just
jingle.
need like
I
10 grand.
still have a
Have I told you?
360
Have I told you
video
my
that he
idea?
released.
I haven't talked to you about this. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
We're most excited to watch you in this video.
Okay.
This is my pitch to Hullum.
Okay.
I guess I talked about it in Australia, so I'll talk about it here. I want to play Monopoly because Achievement Hunter has a rich, storied history with Monopoly.
Yeah, a great game.
Of us hating it. And I thought, like, what better way to be invested in a full playthrough of Monopoly than to play the actual board game? I'll be the bank. The 5 of you will get maybe another person to play, 6 people. But in Monopoly, you have $1,500 in starting cash. What if the $1,500 was actual money?
Oh wow.
And you guys are playing for actual money.
Well, does the bank have real money too?
The bank will have an amount of real money,
Okay.
but not like the bank has in the game, obviously. And we'd have to modify the rules.
I feel
a
like
little
this
bit.
is set up for a heist.
Yeah, it is.
I just want to see the backstabbing going on and
Michael?
how mad you guys get.
You want to?
I propose.
I want to see the allegiances.
I propose that we just start the game and immediately go like, all right, we all win, and just walk away with $1,500.
That's a great way to get fired.
We had a conversation something like that
Yeah.
about Jack and the $1,500. I can't remember exactly what it was.
People are saying prop hunts,
Not with 4.
Reign of Kings, a survival crafting type game in a medieval world. Worms, Ark Kill a Titan
Jeff's
Boa.
here. We can't do worms.
That's true.
That's true.
Jeff hates worms.
Oh,
He never
someone
wants to
says
do
Division
these
beta.
videos.
Funny enough, we filmed a Division
Yeah,
beta.
we
thing
did that
yesterday.
yesterday.
It was okay until
was
we
something.
found out you can fuck with.
Oh,
Till you can be
The
a dick.
ending
Yeah.
was pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once you figure out you can go rogue,
When
in the
you
dark,
become you can become a prick, that's when the game.
When you just decide you can stop other people from having fun, it becomes really
Here's
fun.
a good one. A classic. We could go and play some Castle Crashers.
Oh, Jeff's favorite.
Jeff
Yeah,
loves that game.
we're not doing that.
Yeah, and hey, now available on the Xbox One.
Just Cause multiplayer. We're still working on figuring that out. Left 4 Dead with PC mods.
I've done that a few times.
We haven't done a Left 4 Dead in forever.
We could
been a
do.
while.
What was that? Magicka. We still haven't done Magicka yet.
done
I
that.
The last time
spit
we
on
did
you.
Left 4 Dead was with Rahul.
Monopoly.
Oh, yeah.
Warzone. Let's play. You got one coming next week.
Oh yeah.
Lego Marvel Avengers. Can you play
We don't-
4-player on that?
No, I think it's probably 2 players. I gotta play that too because that just came out. And
Need
I
more murder
love
gameplay?
me Lego games.
They
We
said
have one more murder
We have
video.
another murder on its way.
So that was we filmed 3.
Oh,
of
zombies!
those.
Yeah.
Zombies. Is this the zombie crew?
I have an idea. I have a thing for zombies coming up. I want to hold off on.
We
it.
all become real zombies. when
yeah.
we play.
League of Legends. No, we did that one time.
Oh, that reminds me. I was thinking.
Simpsons
were you
Arcade,
thinking? Do
Simpsons Arcade or Turtles in Time. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Man, the Turtles in Time remakes suck.
I was in
The
Denver.
3D version.
I was
Just
in
the
Denver
one
not too
Xbox
long
Live
ago,
Arcade.
and I was hanging out with the creatures, and we all
What?
went out to a video game bar.
You like them better than
and
us?
I play well.
Well,
And I
Depending on
played
the
I played the Simpsons arcade game with them. We beat it, me and 3 creatures.
How much did that cost?
I don't know, $10.
Yeah.
It cost a lot.
It's a quarter muncher.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was a really good time.
I have a Ninja Turtles 4-player game. It's actually at the Alamo Draft House right now. I own the arcade machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I loaned it to Tim League, and now it's in storage in the South
It's
Lamar
not yours
somewhere.
anymore.
You loaned it to them and they're not using it.
Yeah, well, he
Looks
put,
good in the storage
So
unit,
I gave so when I moved to LA, I had a bunch of arcade games in my garage, and so I was like, I knew Tim, and I was like, hey, I've got all these arcade games. Do you want them for your lobby? You can just put them on free play. I don't give a shit. Just so I know they're somewhere that they're
Yeah.
being used and they're safe. And he's like, yeah, sure. So we had them all out. So I had Ninja Gaiden, Mortal Kombat 2, Ninja Turtles 4-player, and then a couple other ones, Assault and something else. But anyway, he put them out. He said all his employees were just playing them. So he's like, so he took them all away. They were out for like a month in the South Lamar, and
Sounds
then
a lot like
they them
here.
in storage. And they rebuilt storage, or they rebuilt the draft house, and so I have no idea where they are now. But I'm assuming they're somewhere in the South Lamar.
Single screen game would be fun, like a Turtles or something.
People are saying Call of Duty.
funny enough,
zombies.
you put
Yeah, not
Xboxes
zombies.
at everyone's desks.
They'll play 'em.
They play them.
They'll play 'em.
They'll play them real good.
Gang Beast. We have another Gang Beast coming soon.
We have a
No,
Gang
Gang
we
Beast
don't, actually.
is so much
Yeah?
fucking
Oh
fun.
yeah, that's right.
That's not our video.
That's right.
Oh, all right. We played Gang Beasts with. There's a Gang Beast coming out next week on another channel. That's not ours. but-
Borderlands.
What channel is that
pre-sequel.
going up on? Is
It's
that,
on Malik's channel.
oh, I don't know what channel that is. That's why I was asking.
I don't have it on.
Okay.
Someone said
Malik
Borderlands
from
pre-sequel.
Nerdist.
We should do the punching thing.
Those were awesome.
We kind of left that. We'd swap out
punching thing.
with the empty character. We were playing Borderlands, the game with thousands of
Oh
guns.
my God.
We're all,
Yeah.
all
the
we could do
reason
was
we
punch.
didn't
Melee
wanna,
only.
the reason we didn't want to continue is somebody would have to play up to the point where we were at
Really?
because they'd be so far behind.
Okay, yeah, I guess we
skill-wise,
leveled
'cause they're
up a
only
little bit,
punching.
yeah.
I would
I
almost
mean,
rather.
but to be fair, that person could shoot their way
Yeah.
up
It's
to
true.
where we're at.
So I actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I want to circle back around that. I really had fun doing the Until Dawn Let's Play, and Until Dawn made total sense because of what it was.
I had
But
a ton of fun watching you have fun.
Yeah, I really want to do in 2016 a long form Let's Play, like once a week, in a game like Borderlands, for instance, where we just play through the whole fucking game throughout the course of the year, even if it's like 50 parts, then it's 50 parts. And I would. We already started Borderlands. I think it would be weird to start over again with it, but I really liked the whole like playing the game broken mechanic. So can anyone think of a game that we could do that in where we play it wrong, but we play it like 4-player?
I mean, I'm sure we
Do
could
you want
find
one
something.
consistent wrong or like a Wheel of Disaster kind of stuff?
Like, I was thinking we could do like a Let's Watch where we play Fallout 4 without killing anyone like that dude did.
Oh,
but I don't. That sounds more brutal than yeah. Like Borderlands, it was doable. we were succeeding.
I mean, so far, yeah.
Yeah, and we got pretty
We were
pretty
getting
far.
through. It was actually getting easier because we were actually getting upgrades that helped.
But I would like to do that again. I just wonder if the audience would be okay with us restarting.
No, they won't.
I don't think so.
Jumping back to this, someone said IDARB with the Rooster Teeth characters. We're actually all in. We're on IDARB now.
I forgot about that. We were in IDARB.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do IDARB and.
I call X-Ray.
Oh, there's a new golf game with giant robots.
That's
hear about
not
that?
what Ryan was
No, I was talking about
mentioning, but there was
disaster
another.
golf.
Dude, people have like.
Oh, is that
blasted
the
us
guys
with
from
a
Criterion?
Bunch of
It's
golf.
the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
team, yeah.
Yeah.
Mount Your Friends. We did that one time. That was a
man.
fun game.
Did we ever release?
That's
I don't think we
game.
did.
We released a versus.
We.
I think the Let's Play we deemed was not appropriate.
Because I can't remember what it was. It was like one person playing or something. It was a weird video, but we always meant to circle back to it, and we just didn't.
Yeah, 'Cause I played it one time that I don't think it ever came out. I played with you guys.
Yeah, we did do a versus in it, but that was after we filmed that first video.
Let's
in
Play.
it.
Someone
We did a Let's Play,
said
think about it.
Roblox. We actually have a Roblox video coming out.
Yeah, we did a.
That
we did a
was-
It's like there's a
Roblox
camera in
session.
our
That
Yeah.
was fucking weird. That game, which apparently has been out for 10 years.
Someone
that
said
game.
Speedrunners has changed a lot since we played it. That could be
And
fun.
Ray's not here anymore, so
Apparently
somebody
so
else
is
could win.
Gang Beasts.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Someone said Gmod Murder or GTA 5. Oh, GTA 5. That's not a bad
We
idea.
should,
Oh.
we should do.
We
Hey,
should
to
get
be
into
fair,
We're
though,
definitely gonna do every build count.
to be fair, we still haven't fucking done anything with your yacht.
because I want to wait
true.
for Gavin.
I know, but Gavin sucks.
Gavin's never coming back.
We hate
He's
him.
dead. Let him go, Jeff. Let him go.
He's a movie star now.
He's beyond us now.
He'll be back.
Never coming back.
He'll be back next week, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
What's the maybe? Are you serious?
There's always a maybe.
Maybe
with Corey.
the maybe is I was talking to I think Eric yesterday, and we were talking about Gavin coming back because he's doing press stuff. And I was like, I don't know when he gets back, like Saturday or Sunday, or whatever. And Eric's like, then he's got to do this. I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, he's like, I don't know. I asked him, you gonna be in the office Monday? And he was like, maybe. I don't know. So he might be back next
He's
week.
beyond us now.
Remember when Gavin was at work? But he'll probably get another part in the movie.
Someone said Screen Sheet. We could do Screen Sheet.
Oh.
That's a good game.
That's a fun game.
How did our screen sheet video do? Did it do well?
I like that we've now turned this podcast
Dead
into
silence.
just a planning session.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
good. I
Jack
mean,
did.
this-
But the
was my
audience,
fault. I
it
apologize.
was your fault.
We're interacting
You're
with
the
you.
one that
I'm
I'm
fucking
interacting
asked.
with you, audience.
It's
'cause
true.
you're
Jack is
my
interacting.
hero.
No, this
Get
is
it in
good.
now because it
wanna-
won't happen again.
I want to figure out the rest of the day so we can be productive.
We're figuring it out with the
So
audience.
definitely GTA.
Okay.
And then like
IDARB.
speedrunners. IDARB sounds good. IDARB, maybe speedrunners.
Gotta do every bullet counts now. You put it in my head.
I want to do it. I'm desperate to play.
I
Oh, shit.
need to kill.
World of Warcraft.
World of
I
Warcraft.
almost said it without
Wow.
laughing.
I'm good on that.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, someone said play the Sniper Elite franchise using only pistols and SMGs. It's not a bad
No
idea.
sniping.
That's
No
that's
sniping
a
in
thing.
Sniper Elite. That's a clever idea, Railgun.
Snipeless elite.
But Jack read it out loud now. Somebody else is gonna do it. They already did it. It's
Let's
out.
do it.
It's
It
published
already exists.
Snipe pistols and SMGs.
Someone says.
How about just? Can you? Is there melee?
Yeah.
Let's not.
You're
do
not
that.
gonna. We're not gonna
It's
get
a
past
fucking
level 1.
shooter, Jeff. We're gonna get
Yeah.
gunned down.
Oh, you know what we could do as well?
What can
we
we do?
could continue our playthrough of Call of Duty on realistic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right. We
So
haven't
look
done
at that.
another
I
part
beat
in a
that
while.
game actually.
Was that the four of us played that, right?
No.
I don't think I was in that.
I think Jeremy was in it.
Oh,
I beat that game.
good game.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But,
We could do
you
that.
know,
We could totally do
The superpowers made it fun, which
Yeah.
also I think would
Yeah.
definitely make it doable. Realistic is you get downed in one bullet in the
Yeah.
fucking game.
Yeah.
Wow.
So really, the technique there is have 3 people down at a time, crawling around shooting, and then one person picking them up because you're basically invincible. When
You
you're
didn't do
down.
it on realistic though, right?
I didn't beat it on realistic. No, I beat it on veteran. We did the let's play on realistic.
Yeah.
Having done the let's play, I was like, no fucking way in hell I'm playing it on realistic for fun in my spare time.
Right.
Because that's not fun.
That's a
at
good
all.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
We should. All right.
My mother's here today.
Does she want to play Call of Duty?
She probably shouldn't.
Oh.
I don't think she'd be very
She's
good
a
at it.
big GTA fan. Actually.
Yeah.
That's not a no though.
If you want to talk about a fan and like relevant conversation, I should have like had her come on during the whole swear jar conversation because it's like my 1,200 fucks. It's like that's where it comes from. Because she curses a lot.
Mine did not come from
Yeah.
my mom. My mom
Yeah.
does not curse.
Well, I could even say it's really from my mother, I guess, but she doesn't really give a fuck. I've developed a thing with my mother where she's like a brick wall, like it'll just bounce right off to her. Especially with Gavin, that's like the best because he's like, oh, my parents don't even let me talk to them. You know what I mean? He's like, I called my mom once. It was the first time this year, and she hung up on me.
He
She's
has
like,
to-
never call this number again.
He has to run everything through his brother.
Right, exactly, exactly. He's just like, George, can you tell mom I love her? And he's like, oh no, not today, B. Not today. I just told her 3 months ago. But so the best part is when I'm talking to my mother with Gavin, because he like lives vicariously through me, and he's like, "It's crazy," and I'll be talking to her, and I'm like, "Yeah, blah blah blah." Like we were talking about Game of Thrones once, and she was telling me, she's like, "Oh, I hate that Cersei Lannister," and I say to my mother on the phone with Gavin standing there, I was like, "Oh, she's a real fucking cunt." And Gavin's like, "Oh," and my mother's like, "Oh, absolutely, absolutely, she is." So it doesn't help my situation. There's no like, don't say that.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, whatever.
He just fucked and cunted there.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's $1.50
Wow.
right there. I don't know how
Right
much
in the
I owe
bucket.
so far, but
What's the going rate for a fuck these days?
a fuck is 50 cents, according to this swear jar.
We should do it like the Nathan's hot dog things, where we have one person for each of us, and all they do the whole time is just tally up what we're doing live. Like we have like a little scorecard in
Yeah.
the front, and it's like they're like, oh,
That'd be
another
something,
one, another
man.
one. So
That's
whoever's got you, they're gonna have like a team of people that rotate out for you. I'm like,
tag me out, I gotta pee. Tag me out.
the fuck button's stuck.
You should, for me, honestly, it'd probably be easier to like hit a button every time I don't curse.
Yeah.
It's
Just like let
clear,
up whenever
clear,
you're not
clear. Yep,
cursing.
okay, there it goes. It's kind of like one of those gun games like Time Crisis where you step on the pedal to hide. Just keep your foot off the
Dude,
pedal
I fucking
like
love
the whole
Time
time.
Crisis. Time Crisis 2 was one of the best
Yeah,
arcade games
my brother
ever.
played the shit out of that.
Yeah.
He got like the big ass PlayStation gun. It was like
Yeah.
this fucking big to have at your house.
We had that one in my arcade. We had the side-by-side co-op one with the giant screens, and me and my coworker could beat the game on one play, like on $1, whatever it cost. We could beat the whole fucking game. I love that.
Took
We
Jeff
played-
$10 to
played
beat
so
Ninja
much.
Turtles or
Shit.
Simpsons.
Well,
What
those
was it?
creatures were dragging me down.
That's the one that has Marge Simpson has the ears underneath her hair.
What?
So when Marge gets shocked, she has ears. She has like bunny ears underneath her hair. And apparently in the early designs of the Simpsons characters, she had ears under her
Bunny
giant
ears?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Why?
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know if
that were
anyone
long?
control can like pop
Like-
that up, but if you search for Marge Simpson bunny ears, you'll see it. Like she gets electrocuted at some point.
Huh.
You can see their skeletons, and she's got big ass ears.
Also,
Weird.
additionally, if you search for Marge Simpson fisting,
I was gonna say Rule
funny results,
34,
too.
but you just went right to fisting.
Yeah.
So
Just
I don't know if
kinda
you want to try to search that.
We're turning into a demo disc all of a sudden. And what happened to Bruce? Bruce stopped singing on demo disc. I guess he gave up. He gave up his singing career.
is that a thing that he
Yeah.
did?
Oh, yeah.
He sang for like 12 episodes.
I know
in a
on
row.
one of the I think it was demo disc. It was something like that. One of the last ones they went through all of the like erotic achievement hunter
Oh, yeah.
photos of like you banging Gavin and me banging Gavin.
Yeah.
and
Gavin-
everyone
everybody
banging
banging
Gavin. The best part about it is Gavin watching. He's like, why is it always me? I'm like, it just is, man. I mean, there's no
Yeah,
question. You're always on bottom.
Yeah,
You're
he's a bot.
always.
He's absolutely a
There's
bot.
no question.
Man.
I think he got lucky. There was one photo where I was blowing him. Sorry, drawing. They didn't get the photo.
Yeah.
Kid's like an asshole with a neck.
I think on that demo disc too, at one point they started playing a game called Spellforce 2, which is a game that I actually worked on. Like it was like the company that I worked for, the video game company here in Austin. Me and Eric Duncan actually worked on that game, or it was like right as we started working on it. I was like, oh shit, but the demo broke, so I didn't actually play it. But I was like, oh, what are the
you
odds?
said that game was a piece of shit, right?
It was not good. It was like a Warcraft.
Not to
one.
speak ill of the company.
Also,
that let you go.
probably wasn't great if they were playing it on demo disc.
Yeah, it was like not World of Warcraft, but Warcraft clone, the RTS style. So
We should start a Let's Play series and that and not finish it. Well, I mean, really, there's no finishing.
we should
World of
absolutely we should
Warcraft.
do a StarCraft thing. We should do 2v2 and StarCraft.
Dude,
or-
Ryan's
or-
been saying that for a while. I'll play
Oh,
StarCraft.
I don't know if it's watchable, but it'd be worth a
Oh.
try.
Yeah. Or
It's worth doing one video.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could do 3v3, where it's 3 of us and versus AI.
So we're gonna bring back theme weeks.
yeah?
Yeah, I'm all
like Spirit Day,
I'm all pumped
like
about it.
wear your school colors.
Here's the three.
Today's Gene Day.
Here's the 3 theme weeks that we're gonna do.
Favorite cat.
in the. Jack's been reading my emails.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. Jeremy wants to do. He posed a classic multiplayer week, and he wants to do. We're gonna go back and we're gonna do Fallout 4 multiplayer.
Huh?
What the hell is that?
Back up. Fallout 4
What is Fallout 4
multiplayer?
multiplayer?
I
Not
meant to
classic
say
at all.
Far
and
Cry 4 multiplayer.
Gotcha.
I did that in the
Classic.
email as
We calling that classic?
well. Far Cry 4. Yeah, it was just really good. Really
Far
fun.
Cry
Cry,
floor. Far Cry.
We're gonna do.
Oh, someone said let's play.
There was a
Clue.
Call
Is
of
that
Duty
it?
in there, right?
Just the one?
I dumped the Call of Duty one.
dumped the Call of
I
Duty,
replaced
okay.
Call of Duty with Last of Us.
Last of Us is awesome.
Oh, there you go. So there's
Oh, yeah.
Marge. So you can see that in the bottom middle, and also she's pulling off her hair on that left side.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
What?
She
Why?
totally has ears.
What were the other? What
I
were
don't
the
know.
other?
It's weird.
He put them on the board. It was
Did he?
Far Cry,
Oh.
Last of Us.
Probably some other games too on there, you know.
Classics.
that were.
GTA 4, maybe?
We should do GTA.
No, it wasn't GTA.
We should do GTA 4 because here's the thing: Lil J's never played Cops and Crooks.
We should definitely.
We should do Cops and Crooks with Lil J.
do Cops and
We could
Crooks.
do Chopper vs. Chopper.
Yeah.
Chopper
We could do
vs. Chopper
that.
would be great.
Also, we'll all be terrible at the driving.
the
It's
driving,
so
yeah.
different.
Remember when
We
Gab
haven't
was like,
played
"Oh,
it
this is so much better." It's like, shut the
Grand
fuck
Theft Auto
up,
5
Gavin.
sucks. The driving in GTA 4 is better. I'm never coming to work again.
Somebody who's in the achievement
Gavin?
office who's not working right now but watching this when they should be working, please go look at the board and under the ideas, take a picture and bring it to us.
And then let us
or
know
like this
for,
is-
for
just-
next
this is
week
like a
when the
litmus
podcast
test.
is over.
Text it to
Doing the
Jeff or
wrong
me,
thing.
and that way
yeah,
we
just
can.
text it.
So-
It's
It's a
you-
trend.
where
Get back
you'll
to
see
work
Far Cry
immediately.
3 and then some other stuff.
Wait, Far
What's
Cry
the other
3 or
stuff?
Far Cry 4?
Far Cry 4, sorry.
God
You'll see
damn
Far Cry
it.
4 and then some other
Classic.
stuff.
Classic.
The other
Classic
one
game.
we're gonna
Last
do,
year, right?
and this will be
it was.
audience sourced. I want to do like, because I think about like, kids don't have money,
Right.
right? And that's why a lot of free games get played.
And so it's funny because when Jack was asking how much money did it take you to beat that game, like how many quarters you thinking of that, and you're like, I don't know, $10. And as an adult human, I was like, that sounds right.
Yeah.
But is a lot as a kid. Like
That's 40
$10
quarters.
on one machine?
That's a roll of 40, man.
Yeah.
That's like a birthday quote. You get your quarters at your birthday party.
Fucking. So I thought we'd do a free to play week where we let the audience like what are the best free to play games out there. So it's almost like we're doing a public service. We're like these are fun games
That is what we're doing.
You
What do
can
you mean
afford to
almost?
play for free. So we'll do the
So
research for
we're
you.
all
Do you
about
think that's how that
servicing
will
the
go,
public.
or do you think they'll? Or are we going to ask for suggestions, or are we just going to pick 4?
I think we'll ask for suggestions and then we'll curate them.
Because I feel like that could go forced enjoyment very easily.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which is not bad.
We've done it like there's a lot of free to play games like Vindictus that we've played that are pretty good, right?
Yeah.
What was that one?
Echo of Soul.
Echo of Soul
Yeah,
was
Echo
really
of Soul
good.
was
That was a lot of fun. Like there's a lot of stuff out there we could do.
In-depth game for something that's free.
And then for Michael, in honor of Michael, I want to do MOBA Week.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're playing League,
MOBA Week.
and Smite, and Heroes of the
Dota.
Storm, and Dota, and then one more.
That's it. That's all 4 of the MOBAs.
I started doing research last night, and there really aren't. I mean, there's a lot on the way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it was fun when we did a League of Legends one, like
we should
reading
wait
the
for-
comments about, like reading the comments in the League of Legends like Reddit threads or
They're,
the,
like,
the subreddit
amazing.
where people is like, "Wow, these guys are horrible."
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, I can't believe that they had their settings on auto and they did this well.
Yeah.
Wait, so they thought we did well?
No, Ryan. They didn't. They did not.
They thought we did okay?
They did not
What I'm
think-
hearing is you said they thought we could have done worse.
I don't think they thought that we thought at
Yeah.
all.
It's like, "Oh, I'm a
Well,
snake
they would
thing."
be right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You thinking? Jeff's thinking right now.
Yeah.
Look at
still
him.
trying to think of those fucking episodes. Videos.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do classic games.
Here comes Lindsay.
I emailed.
Oh,
Lindsay.
did she come up with the? Did she come up with the list?
I was helping your mom use the bathroom.
Oh well, did you go for her?
Someone says play Club Penguin.
I held her hand.
Well, Penguin.
Lindsay
actually have
apparently
an
helped my
account.
mother use the bathroom, is what I'm being told.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna find it.
We do have a tricky door. in
Yeah,
there.
I don't even know how the hell she got in because I have my key card and Lindsay's key card. I wanted to make sure she couldn't use the bathroom while I was on the podcast, so she kind of bested me there.
Man, I send a lot of emails.
Yeah, I know.
Dark
think?
Souls 2 is a 4-player co-op.
Oh fuck you.
Wait, what?
Apparently, Dark Souls 2 is 4-player co-op.
I've never played that game before. Is it any good?
It depends who you ask. If you ask
Yeah.
the Adams, absolutely
Yeah.
it is. If you ask me, no.
Here's the thing. Do you like seeing a giant boss and then finding out what mechanic it's going to use to attack you, and then just learning to counter that mechanic?
Well, also after
The game.
dying 7,000 times,
Yes.
and then redoing like 90% of the level over and over and over again,
Yeah.
to then find the one of 3 mechanics in the game to beat the boss.
here's the thing.
because it's not very robust at all.
It's a game that loves to like jack off in the fact it's like, I'm so hard. But then it also has every time somebody
does that.
dies.
I've seen it do it.
Yeah, no, it totally does. Every time somebody dies, it leaves a marker, and if you walk next to the marker, it's like, oh, this is what happened to that guy. You're like,
But that's how the next
oh, I guess I'll
person
just not
knows.
do that.
Yeah, that's like in Indiana Jones. If you see a guy dead on like the stone, don't step there because the
Yeah.
spike's gonna shoot you in the
Exactly.
throat, and Jeff's gonna have to come pull you off of it.
Only a penitent man shall pass.
Far Cry 4 multiplayer.
All right.
The ship.
Yeah.
The ship.
Ship
that's a good one.
is remastering soon.
When's
Next
the last
month.
time we did the ship with Brandon and Max?
Yeah.
That was fucking good.
So the ship remastered will do. Far Cry 4 multiplayer. Spies vs. Mercs.
Oh,
a
yeah.
great one.
What the hell was that?
Shifty Larry delivers.
No,
sent me
that
the
was
board.
that was from Splinter Cell.
Oh, right.
He wrote down Black Ops, but I thought we could replace that with Last of Us.
Assassin's Creed
and then
4
Assassin's Creed
multiplayer.
4 multiplayer.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Fucking
wow. Yeah.
great game.
And he said also Just Cause and ODST.
That's not a part of it. That's
Okay.
stuff. Yeah.
I can't believe you mentioned that. All right, well, we'll play those games.
Props to you, Shifty Larry. Now get back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Larry's innate shiftiness really helped us out there.
Yeah, he rolled up today in the office. He wanted to talk to you about something while you were in the middle of watching a video about people watching
anal prolapses.
Anal prolapses. So it was like a face cam, of them watching, and then you got, the 70%, which was all censored and blurred out, but you could absolutely see what was happening.
It was, I think it was
like
Super Panic Frenzy. Is that what their channel's called?
you could tell when there's like a censored out butt. You can't see it exactly. It's censored.
But then it gets red real fast.
But then something comes out of the sensor that doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
And then they're screaming, it's still attached, it's still attached.
It looks
she's
like a volcano.
Pulling it out and pushing it back in. I believe one of the comments was, it looks like she's pulled an apple out of herself, but the apple's still attached. Now she's put it back in.
Yeah.
My favorite
That's what
part
Jeff
of
was
that.
watching as Larry was standing there waiting for
He
Jeff.
walks up and he's like,
and he's just standing there
Like
waiting.
he doesn't want to
Just standing
interrupt.
politely.
It's like you were doing something for business.
He
Like,
was.
This is clearly
He
important
actually
business.
was.
I kinda was, but
and
yeah.
I'm like, you need something, Larry? And he was just like, I'm just waiting
I didn't want to interrupt.
for whatever.
So
this
Larry
is.
says he's eating lunch right now. He sent me a photo of him eating an orange.
Wow.
Is he eating an anal prolapse?
I don't think so. It's just an orange slice. He's eating an orange slice.
Yeah.
Where is
I
he?
see
Larry
orange.
should do it G.G.
looks like
Allen
maybe in front of
style,
his
and he
desk.
should put that orange in his butt and then shit it out and then eat the shit orange.
Ugh.
Should Larry do
Is that like
that?
civet?
I'm gonna laugh out of Patrick. In the
If you
control
don't know who G.G. Allen is, please Google him. Highly entertaining. He's dead.
So he
A lot of
was.
people are these days.
A lot of people. He's been dead for a while.
That happens.
So, Michael, you went around a lot to see the Laser Team premieres. Like, you flew across the country a couple times, right?
Well, just once.
Just once? You went to New York? Is that where you
No,
went?
no, no, no.
No,
I
you
was
didn't do
I was
that.
gonna go to New York,
Okay.
but then that coincided with my mother coming into town, so that got moved to Austin.
Family first.
Family first.
Family first.
Also, there was like 6 months of planning for Laser Team, and I'm like, and then we're done, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're done.
Oh, no,
So I
no.
booked her ticket, bought it right before Australia. They're like, hey, here's your press dates after Australia. And I was
Nice.
like, huh? Like my mother was coming into town the day I was leaving town.
Nice.
So
and you helped her get the tug screening in her home, like back home, right?
I mean, yeah, I helped her. I mean, somebody else made it, but
Yeah.
there was a screening like 10 minutes from my mother's house, and there was like, I don't know, 10 people going, and they needed like 50 more, and I just kept tweeting like, go to the movies with my mother, and I think it sold out. I think there was like 100-something people there.
Nice.
I read that it was sold out pretty much everywhere.
All
they
the tug
had it.
screenings
tug
did
was-
really,
yeah.
really well. Anything that got confirmed, even like crazy was like Colton, his screening, he hosted himself because it was in Burbank. It was like 600 people there, like 500 or 600. It was a huge theater.
Wow.
It was huge. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with that many people booing at me, but he seemed fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, yesterday Gus, Allie, and I went to a screening in Austin, and that was cool. We got to meet everybody. We gave like a little intro to the movie. And
Where
then we were
was-
like, "Don't you dare boo us! We'll be back. We'll be back."
We'll be
Where was
standing behind
Gavin
you.
last night?
Last night he was in Ohio, maybe.
Seattle?
Where was he?
Eugene,
Oregon.
Oregon.
There you go. There you
Where
go.
was Matt last? Matt was in.
Why wouldn't he be
He was in
Oregon?
Memphis. I
Matt
think.
was in Memphis last night, and I think Cincinnati
Yeah, he's in Cincinnati.
the night before.
And Bernie's pretending to go to screenings in Hawaii.
And
right now.
he pretended hard to go
Yeah.
to a screening in Hawaii. He was
Yeah.
in Hawaii for like 13 hours. or
Lots of
something.
Photoshop. Lots
Yeah.
of Photoshop.
Yeah. But yeah, they're all over the place. And then those are all the tug screenings, which were like they were like the threshold screenings. If you
Yeah.
sell so many tickets, the theater it'll play in your theater. But starting today, this weekend, it's in like 40 cities or something, mostly in America. I don't know about outside the country, but just like regular screenings. It's playing all this weekend in Austin at the Alamo in South Lamar. Yeah, so you could probably find tickets if you feel like doing that. Check it up online, see if there's. I know it's in like major cities like New York and Boston and stuff. So if you want to see the movie, go do that, or don't. I don't care.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Or just like even just buy 6, 7. Don't go. Just
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
the-
The tug thing, like you should go if you bought the ticket because it's like you reserve your space. Regular screening, nah. Buy a row and
Yeah.
don't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lay down.
Buy
you
a, that
know.
should be the phrase. Buy a row, don't go.
Yeah.
Buy a row,
Yeah.
don't go.
And look for me in the movie. If you go, like, buy a ticket. If you don't see
Jack,
me,
they're never
buy
gonna
another
find
ticket.
you.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm hidden really, really
I know
well.
where you are, and I can barely
I
find
know,
you.
but anyway, people are like, no one has sent me like the concrete, like there he is, like.
I've seen people saying, "I'm seeing the movie again just to find
Absolutely,
Jack."
that's
I looked
good.
for him the whole
buy,
movie, and
buy
I
another
couldn't
ticket.
find
Go
him.
watch it again. See if you can find me. It's tough, but if you do, that'd be awesome.
Best cameo ever.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
So, anyway, yeah. Well, that should be fun. So you're going to PAX South for a day?
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
So you're saying anyone and everyone who sees you immediately stop you, pictures, autographs,
Jump on his back.
everything. They're having
Please.
they're
He
having,
loves
they're
when
having a
people touch
party.
him.
You'll go.
Please, I like. No.
You'll go to the party and they can tell their friends you're definitely gonna be
Jeff,
there.
Nothing I
So
love more
we
than
live in
sweaty
Austin,
hugs.
Texas. San Antonio is an hour away. It is literally an hour away, and Jeff's like, I'm gonna buy a plane ticket to go to San
He
Antonio.
goes, I wonder how long it would take me to get
He
there.
was looking up round trip tickets to San Antonio.
I just thought it'd be
$800. You could fucking get an Uber to drive
I
you to
said
San
that.
Antonio
I
and back.
literally-
I
it'd
just
be
thought
less
it would
than
be
that.
funny to fly to San Antonio.
It would be funny.
How would
It
it
would
be
just
funny?
not be fun.
Because I would laugh.
It'd be funny, but it wouldn't be fun because the trip would be 3 times as long.
Yeah,
probably.
And you'd have to go through airport security and deal with flying on a plane.
Yeah, but I'm TSA pre-check, baby.
Yeah, you are. I'm gonna do that.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta do
I'm
that.
gonna
now.
do global pass too.
Well, apparently now you can sign up for it on the website and then go to the place.
That's
Really?
what
You can
fill out the
schedule?
you
fill out
can,
the form
fill out
and everything,
form
and you
and
just-
give all the
oh,
shit, and
shit.
you just show up. and
I
you're
was
like, "That's
in and
me."
out. Griffin and I were in and out of that building in 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
feel like
super
I gotta
fast.
do that. I gotta do my homestead tax exemption.
All right.
Yeah,
The
you
homestead, that's important.
Homestead
That's-
exemption is important.
Especially in
That's my
Austin.
plan for
You and
February.
Lil J should do it as well.
Yeah.
I told Lil J, but it's not Lil J's thing. It's Lil J's fiance's thing to worry about. He's like, oh, I don't do the bills. I don't know. I don't know anything about
Math?
that.
No
help,
Yeah,
no money.
he was
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'll tell the woman. He didn't say
tell
that.
the woman.
I said that. All right, Jeff, you ready to go?
GTA, IDARB.
You're punching.
What
I feel
else?
like should we do
Been
every bullet
punching.
counts
Michael's
right now?
Michael's got 2 things he's got to film.
Yeah, mere minutes. It will
GTA,
take.
IDARB.
I should do it now before I get too drunk.
What was the other thing?
Warcraft?
Oh, I want the audience to tell us what game to play, Roman.
Oh,
We-
wait, no.
we wanna do-
Well,
I wanna
someone
do-
someone said Sniper Elite with no snipers.
Sniper
was
Elite
a
with no
good one.
sniper is not a bad idea. But something that you guys are actually going to watch.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be episode 11 and have it get 180,000 views and go, we have 40 more
Episode
episodes.
11.
I don't think
Episode
it wouldn't take us 11
3
episodes to
to
Yeah.
get
play
180,000.
It needs to be like an Until Dawn where it gets views every week.
Sniper Elite is not. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of them, but we could.
So what you're saying is we need to have a show where Ryan plays the entire time until the last part, and then you play because
Yeah.
people love that.
Do we have to go there?
Yeah.
That is not what happened.
Oh!
I played episode 4 or 5, and then I played
Oh,
episode
no,
8.
I mean,
and
to
episode
be
9.
fair, we all played the whole goddamn.
we all played the
game.
whole goddamn game, but I physically played like 3 times.
Did you though?
I did.
Someone said do BioShock using only the wrench and plasmids.
That's easy as fuck. I can
Wow.
play the game like that. I usually play the game like that. The
It's gotta
wrench
be-
is fucking amazing.
It's got to be 4-player co-op.
Dude, you get the vampire thing on the wrench. You start draining health when you
Yeah.
hit people. The wrench
So-
is fucking
someone said
fantastic. in that
4-player
game.
co-op.
Let's watch Undertale, which
It's on the list.
Everyone's been
actually.
talking about Undertale. We should probably.
I want to
that
do a
one.
Let's Watch an Undertale. But once again, this has got to be a 4-player co-op thing.
All right, well, let the audience mull it over.
Yeah,
They're
mull it
probably
over
not going to
about
give
it.
us an
Yeah.
answer now. And then
Ruminate.
next
Yeah.
week on the
Let it
podcast,
simmer.
we'll tell them that their ideas were awful and they gave us nothing good, and then we can yell at them then.
But we
Yeah.
pick the best one and we say we saved the day, and that was our idea.
Right, but
Yeah.
the thing is, like, they'll never know we
Yeah.
used their idea.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, thanks a lot, so on and so forth. I'll be sure to never give you credit ever.
Yeah. Been doing that for
It
13
was-
and a half years.
Like that Imgur guy.
Yeah,
Imgur,
yeah, son of a bitch.
are we done?
Yeah,
I think we're
yeah,
done.
I think we're good.
We did an hour and 51
You
minutes.
gotta work.
good.
We the last one was 50 minutes. You gotta work back
Hour
up
and
to 2
50.
hours.
That's true. That's an hour longer.
What's
than
our
the last
record?
episode?
2.5.
2:30.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like
we
that.
don't have another.
That was
we
that
don't
was-
Oh no, I don't
yeah.
want to do
Yeah,
that.
that was the 6-man one at one point, right?
Yeah.
That was yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jeff popped in and then stayed for the whole
He,
fucking.
he popped.
Yeah.
He sure did.
I didn't pop in until 48 minutes in.
Right, and you stayed for almost 2 hours.
right.
So like 75% of the podcast.
Listen, it's your fault that you guys were so engrossed.
I know.
Interested.
I know. We're fascinating
like to
people.
be around.
We're
You're such a
fascinating
sweetheart that
people.
you
That
to hang
usually
out with
doesn't
us.
turn into a compliment.
All right.
No, he's
Yeah.
gonna take it back right after we cut.
Any
but,
more swear jar? Should we just like ramp up the swear jar to finish off?
No,
Well, that
no,
seems
no, no, no,
lame.
I don't want to.
All right,
I don't
all
want
right.
to.
You don't want to inflate it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's natural.
It needs to be legitimate.
So yeah,
Fuck
let's
no.
new shirt coming out soon, and we'll talk about maybe making some kind of swear jar for the store. We really should do something. And
Snipers versus Stunners GTA on Monday. Look out!
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Look out for
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Snipers versus
It's coming
Stunners
out, Ryan.
with
Got it.
special guest star Malik from
Yep.
Nerdist.
Halo 5 Warzone.
Yeah,
Halo 5
special,
Warzone.
special Achievement Hunter Classic. He lost half his footage.
Yeah. Let's see. Fibbage with Funhouse next week.
Yeah. Jeremy and me playing Doom. Chapter
Doom,
1. that's in
Cloudberry
there.
Kingdom next
I hope
week.
people are
Oh, yeah,
writing
new
this down.
Cloudberry.
Write it
Cloudberry's
down.
coming
There's a
out.
Check it
Cloudberry coming out
off.
next week.
This is just
And
spoilers.
Minecraft is
What?
What is Minecraft?
Another
next week?
episode?
I think it's 1.8.8 appreciation.
1.8.8.
That came out
part
today.
8.
So
Yeah, we did like 4
We did the-
episodes
we did
of
the
that.
video-
I don't think we're
We
done.
finished
Yeah, we're
that
not done
one.
with it yet.
We're waiting for
we did
fucking
4.
Gavin.
So
like
we
everything
did.
else.
We did the one where. Wait, what do we got to finish?
1.88 appreciation.
Fucking appreciation.
Oh, we haven't finished that one yet. You're right.
No.
All right, so we have, I think the 1.88 that came out was the one where we go, it's a water temple one.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's
one.
a two-parter, and then after that we'll have 1.88 appreciation where we
That
do-
was like the wander
okay.
around. The appreciation was the contest.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of 1.88s.
A lot of stuff. The biggest
going on.
update ever.
It's very dense.
It's like it's like your router now.
A lot of bunny killing.
It is a lot of
Not
money.
so much dog hammering.
yeah.
now.
It has
As
nothing
last
to do
week.
with Minecraft. Just in
I
the live
defend
action
myself,
portions.
Michael.
I know.
2 feral dogs roll up on you in the woods.
With
in the
fucking
snow.
collars?
They didn't have collars.
Oh, are we talking? I thought we were talking about.
No. This
no.
is another story he mentioned where he almost had to hammer some dogs.
What?
In.
So I'm in the woods.
Just watch last week.
I'm in the
watch
woods.
last
Yeah,
week.
I'll watch
Yeah.
the previous
Yeah.
episode.
Catch up.
Hey,
Jesus
thanks for
Christ.
watching.
Yeah.
Tune in next week when Jeff won't be here to talk about everything he's murdered. Or he will.
Unless you kill something new.
He probably will.
I-
It could be one of us.
Spay and neuter your pets.
I think I have meetings.
Get
next week.
chips.
But while they were doing it, while they were having the off-topic podcast, they had just started, and suddenly I had this bright idea. I said, "Oh, one of the things that people love about that podcast is the fact that there's a working beer tap in the back of it, of the set,
Right.
and people just wander through all the time and get a beer." So I said, we should try to do something like that. So I started talking to people saying, "Can we have alcohol in the main hall?" And then we finally worked out, yes, that's okay. I said, great, take a bucket of beers, put it on the table behind them, and we'll just have staff members walk through and get beers and not participate in the podcast anyway. And people will love that. They were like, okay, we'll do that. And about 5 minutes later, they said, hey, we did it, you're right, it was a huge hit. And I said, okay, I'll go down there and grab one too. So I came down here and I said backstage, where on stage is the beer? And they said, oh, we just gave it to the guys, the achievement hunters, and they're all drinking it. And I was like, no. I was like, no. I said, you gotta take the beer and put it behind them, and the other staff members get it. That's the way it works. And